And I think we're live, and it's Christmas Hat Chat night. And let's see who's here. Vanessa Kitty is here. Thorzak is here. He doesn't have a hat. I told him improvise. Put toilet paper on your head, for gosh sakes. All right, I got a leg lamp on my head. I didn't have a hat either until I found a hard hat in the boiler room. All right, Lakeview Outdoors is here. Good to see you guys. I hope you're getting ready for Christmas and everything's going well. And who do we have here? We have Dr. Zink and Tactical Rabbit Santa. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Okay, all right. Well, I thought her sound was gone.
No, we're teasing.
Tactical Rabbit looks just like Santa.
I should change my name, Dr. Viking. I don't know.
And Rabbit Santa has something if you're naughty. Let's see that. He's got a whole bunch of coal just for you bad people in the side chat. So you better be good. You better be nice.
Real coal is for your stockings.
So I got the handles for that ideal mold.
Yeah, and the screws fit?
Yeah, no, well, I got ideal mold handles.
Oh.
The nut crackers, like whatever they call them.
But I thought you were missing the screws out of the mold.
No, I had the screws, okay, and it's nothing. I think it's a number 1030, 1024. I didn't take. I was going to take the screw because a 10 quarter 20 don't thread on it. Okay, 10 is close to it. Okay, I was going to go to bring one screw with me to Home Depot and check it against some of the stuff they had, but I have the bolts. Okay, they're not full threaded. They're just slotted head, and the bottom quarter inch or so is threaded. Anyway, but I got the nutcracker handles. I traded Viejo. He was just going to send them to me, but I sent him back out 10 pounds of tin. So, but he sent me him. I got him. When did I get him? Yesterday? Day before yesterday? Day before yesterday. I didn't get to play with him until yesterday. And he sent me him. I got him.
All right, who's got? Oh, okay. Hobo is here. Hey, Hobo.
I tried to put them on, and they like really tighten the slot of the mold, and the mold doesn't have almost any play in it, so I don't think that's really right.
I did my best. Okay, I mean, I did my best.
Hey,
oh my gosh! I went by Walmart today. Crazy. Oh man.
Yeah.
And then, I had to go to Chico, so I had to go past Silverdale, and I was going past Silverdale, and there is a line of cars going down the freeway, turning into the mall, and that mall parking lot is packed.
Okay, hang on a second. We have Hobos is here, James Puller's here, Michael Neck is here. And that phone, I'm going to smash that phone in 1 minute here. Oh, and cold-hearted bastards here.
Who's doing that?
Hey, Rabbit.
Yeah.
We can hear that. We can't even talk.
Sorry.
What is that? I would have killed that thing if I had it for 2 minutes.
He's probably getting text or something that's setting off his phone. That's his.
Okay, yeah. Andy was talking earlier about Walmart. I'd stay away from there like the plague.
We weren't slammed. I go to supermarkets. I don't go really there for anything else. They're huge.
I had to drive by Harbor Freight, and Harbor Freight was packed. I mean, it was packed. I mean, there was no parking spots out in front of, Harbor Freight. It was completely packed. People waiting in line to go in. Crazy.
Well, they were doing a lot of blowout shit in the Harbor Freight.
I think I got it fixed. Turn off all the sound on my cell phone.
Well, you can go on airplane mode or whatever.
Didn't work. It is on airplane mode.
Hey, Rabbit, you can always just turn it off,
Just turn the sound off, period.
Yeah, just turn it off.
I turned the sound off.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You got a vibration.
All of it.
Because Jim's saying, hey, try and have my Christmas chat, okay?
Yeah, well, I got to give a piece of coal to my phone.
Oh, yeah.
The only way I can see the text messaging for the chat.
Let's go back to the background. I like Christmas in the background. There we go. Yeah, Andy, you should have never told me how to do this.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can take a picture on your phone of anything you want to take pictures of and make it your background.
Really? How do you do that?
I ain't telling you.
Not telling me? Okay.
The amazing M&G is here.
It's easy. Just go into settings and you'll see load up your own background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dorzax, at the bottom of the screen is settings. You click on that, and then you click on virtual background.
Okay.
And then you can...
Then it says plus or something to add your own.
Plus to add them, and then you can have a whole bunch on there if you want. I should have got one with white background because you can't see me with darn. You can't even see the leg lamp.
Oh,
I see the leg lamp. The leg lamp is right in the middle of the hat. You see it.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's gone. You turned too far. You can see it. It's there. It'd be better if it lit up, though.
It is lit.
Oh, it's very dim. Yeah, but it's lit.
It is lit.
That's here.
Yep.
It is lit. I hope Chico doesn't get mad, but it's just hot glued right there. I had to put a little wedge there so she stands up straight. Let's see. Scotsman's here. Hey, Scotsman.
Is that a hard hat?
Yeah, it's a hard hat. That's kind of a... Yeah, I had to find something. Let's see. I got to get off of here. Okay. And I got to post a linky. Okay.
That was one thing kind of cool. When I retired, they came in, and one of the supervisors came in, and he had a Milwaukee drill driver, and he took my hard hat, and he went over to the wall, and the guys that have been there for 30 years or whatever, worked in our code, man, they mount your hard hat to the wall.
That's better.
That's pretty cool. He's like, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah, my hard hat's still hanging down there. So it's kind of cool.
Well, I was giving Tin Man a bunch of crap last night, I think it was. And then this morning I was thinking, well, what do I do for a hat? And then I thought of Tin Man, this is my union hard hat. So I'll go find that down in the boiler room, and there we go.
So did he paint yet?
I just found out he got sick. I saw a text. So yeah, he's sick. He's got the fever right now. He just caught it.
I was talking before when those X popped in. There's a guy, an ex-military field engineer, and his specialty was machine guns anyway. And he was talking about what happened to him and his wife. They saw 5:30 in the evening. It was dark already, but and and there was cloud covers, so there's no stars, there's no nothing. Okay. And the clouds are lowered in planes, so you're not seeing plane lights. And he's telling us that there's an airport 8 miles that way from him, and another one 18 miles that way, and whatnot. And I says, if you listen, you can hear the planes flying. I said, okay. And he talks about him and his wife see this drone, something. It comes at him, it hovers. It's hard to tell distance. Obviously, it's hovering like it's watching them. And then it eventually moves on. The next day, they both woke up sick.
Oh.
Okay. For 4 days, on the 3 days, on the morning of the third day, they booked ER to go to ER and check it out. And they said, we're slammed. This is just a checkup. Unless you're really, really bad off with something, they ask for symptoms and whatnot. And they just said, I just feel like somebody, took every ounce of strength away from me. I feel out of nowhere. I'm weak. Okay. I can't do nothing. All I can do is lay down and sleep. When they woke up on the fourth morning, they were fine. Okay. So he's talking about this. And then that was like in October. And now, like 2 weeks ago, he was in another part of the field. It's a big area. He owns a lot of property. And I'm in this other part of my property getting some firewood to bring back for the house. And it's night again. And he sees something coming at him, and then it hovers. And the same thing, cloud cover and stuff. So it's not an airplane. Okay? It's not a satellite moving or anything like that. It's below the cloud level. And he just gathered his wood and went back to the house. For the next 3 days, he had the same problem. Okay. But it continues. He's talking to a friend of his to come on a specific night a few days later to come help him with teach his basketball team something. And the guy says, I'd love to. He says, but I can't. He says, something's wrong. And he goes, well, what's the matter? And he says, well, it's like out of nowhere. I just lost all my strength. I can only sleep. So he starts talking to the guy, and he says, yeah, 2 nights ago he saw in his yard. Again, this is countryside, so everybody's got a lot of property. He says he was out in his yard and he saw this light coming at him, and then it hovered, and he watched it for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then he says it left and he left. Went back to the house. The next day he was all tired and couldn't eat, didn't feel right, no fever or anything like that. So now it's confirmed that someone else that he knows had it happen to him a few days later. So it's kind of weird.
Okay, here's one. A guy shot one down with his pistol.
Yeah, in Florida.
And old guy right out in front of his house. One hovers, then it drops like a little string.
Right. Yeah.
And he shoots it with his pistol. Just fired one shot at it. And then the cops came, and they're saying that he's got a felony, all these charges,
right.
And it'll cost like $10,000 to something like that.
$10,000 to repair it, and so the question that all the people in the audience were asking him: how can they charge you $10,000 to fix something that nobody knows where it's from?
Yeah, repair what? Repair whose? What is it?
What is it?
Don't say that.
Whose is it? Well, how would you know it's going to cost $10,000 to fix it if somebody didn't call and complain that somebody shot it?
Get a ski mask and shoot him down. Get a ski mask, or go someplace, get a clown mask or whatever, a Halloween mask, and go out there with your Remington 870 and unload on them. They have no business spying on people. That's an invasion of privacy. I'm sorry. I don't care. Shoot him down. And then all of a sudden everybody's going to say, hey, man, that was $5,000 worth of drone. Well, hey, you should have went out and enjoyed it someplace like at maybe a sports arena, or maybe at an airport, or something like that. There's laws about flying, the model airplanes and stuff over neighborhoods and stuff. You're not supposed to do that stuff.
You're not supposed to fly drones over airports either.
Invasion of privacy. Period. Shoot them down. Put a ski mask on. Get yourself a clown mask or whatever. Shoot them down.
That's what he said. Kip was saying there's no heat signature, and they're up for 6-7 hours. That's right. They're not getting heat signatures from them, so something's up.
Yeah, just shoot them down.
I read that too. But the point being made is he didn't shoot it down. He shot it and hit it, and it flew off. Okay, and then the police are saying you caused $10,000 worth of damage. Well, whose drone was it?
Yeah. Show me your accuser.
Kip is here. I've been wanting to say that for a while here.
Yeah.
So, hey, Kip. So
just show me your accuser. Bring him up here, and bring me Jones. Show me how much damage I did. You have to prove this.
Jersey has a new law that they have to stay away, which they had to in the first place.
Just shoot them down. Fuck that law. You know what I mean? You got to turn around and you have to say, hey, okay, wait a minute. I've had enough. As an American citizen, I have a right to privacy, period. The end. We're not putting up with this crap anymore. We're just going to start shooting them down. That's it. Double out buckshot, $4, whatever, Remington 870s, break them out and just start shooting them down. And then once people start losing money and all these drones are getting shot down, guess what? Nobody wants to fly them around anymore because people shoot them down. What are they going to do? Come out and arrest everybody? Are we just going to run in fear like little mice? Is that what we're going to do? No, we're going to be men, and we're going to do what men do. And we've had enough of this crap, and this is the line, and you're stepping over the line. And that's it, the end.
You still got to read what Vanessa put, and she's right. The drones that are coming around are not little things you buy. Even a $5,000 drone is too small.
I don't care.
These things are monstrous in size. So who owns them? That's the point. Who's got $500,000 to buy one?
It's obviously the government.
You're invading on people's property. You're invading on people's privacy. I got news for you. You know what the Second Amendment's all about? It's to protect our privacy, our beliefs.
Torzak's getting cranky.
No, I've really, people
I totally concur.
People fan the flames and they pour this gas on the fire and get this huge flame going about what's going on.
It's a diversion.
You know what? The reason why it's going on is because we allow it. We're allowing it.
It's a diversion. That's all it is. It's a government.
Yeah.
And you just, I wouldn't use a 9mm. I'd definitely.
Yeah. Holy shit. Hallelujah. Pass the Tylenol. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. If I offended anybody out there and I got pissed off, that whole thing pisses me off.
No, we're all in agreement with you.
Because people are not doing anything about it.
6-shooter Texan is here. How's it going, 6-shooter?
All right. How y'all doing tonight?
How you doing?
Good. Hope the same with you.
And Gunswatter just showed up, and Cranky is here. Hey, Cranky. And let's see, we got Scotsman in the back here, and he has a hat. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. I love it. You got the top and the hat and the whole 9 yards. That's great.
Let's stand by. We got a cowboy Chris. Oh, that's a first. I've never seen that done before.
You never seen me wear this before?
No, that's improvisation right there. That's improvising. That's what I told
you. I've been wearing it all day long.
I forget who sent this to me. I've had this thing for at least 3 or 4 years now, maybe 5. Been a while.
Makes you feel any better, Scotsman. I made the mistake of driving by Walmart thinking I could sneak in there and maybe get a Christmas hat and that sort of thing, And you know what? It was like at 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was a
think
dumb
anybody would
mistake.
be there. And man, that place was packed. I mean, it was packed. There were people fighting over parking spots. And I said, I ain't going in there.
Yeah, I went there the Thursday,
Mhm.
and
They
it
got a
was
drone flying in
it
Uncle
was
Jim's
ridiculous.
picture. So the
Yeah.
drone,
There's a drone.
his
Yeah.
face disappears, and his drone flying in his video.
Yep.
Again, folks, I apologize.
No,
I was
we're
flipping my
all
words.
in agreement with you. At least I am. I can't speak for everybody else.
Yeah.
It's
It would deter people from doing it. It's almost like the CB radio thing back there in the 70s, where they wanted to license people and they had to go to classes and they had to have registrations with the communications people and all this other stuff. And then
They hated me.
around and said, make us. We're not going
They
to do it.
hated me back in the day of CB radios.
Yeah, they said, make us. Come
No, I was way past that. I
As
went.
Scotsman would put it, bring it. Okay, I got the welcome mat out. I got the door open. Come on in.
I had a tower in my backyard with 2 twin 3-element beams that could go vertical or horizontal with 5,000 watts of power. When I keyed the microphone up, people couldn't hear anybody but me.
Well,
Let me tell you.
at this time of the year, Thorzax, I'd have to go with Yippee Ki-Yay, motherfucker.
I'll make it your Merry Christmas.
There's a new Challenger movie to I just watched it. Hold on, I gotta get you the name of the movie. And it really is good. At least I thought it was.
You do that, Andy. I wanted to ask Texan, did you go to the gun store?
Today?
No. Did you go to the gun store? You had your eye on some gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all we need to know.
No background.
Yeah, the movie's called Carry On.
There we go. Now we can see Jim.
Yeah. And I was hoping Chico would stop by because I got his leg lamp on the front and it's all lit up.
It's still early for Chico.
And look, we got cats on one side, and we got Christmas shoot your eye out on the other. What a disaster trying to make a hat today. Anyway,
Well, you had enough stuff to do it, that's for sure.
I went to the junk drawer. My wife, she doesn't use that one, and yeah, I was hoping for anyway. Tacos and French fries is here, and yes, I'm glad 6-shooter Texan took care of that because I was trying to find certain stores around his place, and he's got like 8 of them, and 2.
Hey, your Google ain't very good.
Why 12? There was at least.
I couldn't tell you how many would be right there in that vicinity of the one you said.
Yeah, I tried looking it up just to kind of like do a deposit there because I want Penny to get her, I hope she's not listening.
Yes, she is.
Geez. Great. And then to top it off, so he's got 1 million gun stores around there, and I'm trying to pick out, what would he use? And then he's got FFLs for pawn shops, and I thought, well, the one always has 2 cars out front, so that's no good. So it has to be the other one. What was the name of the one? Was it Pete's or
Tom Ball.
Oh, see, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's the one you text me.
Oh, okay. Do you use that one?
I've been in there. I've never bought from them.
Okay, I had to go through all your old videos to find out what you use for an FFL and what gun shops you use. And there was a video where there's rifles on the rack, but it didn't say, geez. Also, to top it off, I was going to send you the last Uncle Jim Glitter Bomb Christmas card from 6 years ago. I go to put it in you're not getting a card. I'll put it that way. I go to put it in an envelope. This is extra long. No envelopes. So you're everything backfired on me. Everything. 6-shooter Texas stuff. I tell you. Kyle is here. Tacos and French fries is here.
Yeah, probably every pawn shop in the area sells them. Plus, you got your big box stores like Academy.
What I do is go to their sites, and I did this when we got MiG in 1911, and I visualize what store would I use, But then you got 1,000 of them right where you live. So, and then I asked, hey, what store do you use? He didn't say nothing. He's like, it's taken care of. Bastard.
What's that? One of our cowboy guys, he's an FFL dealer. I mean, I could have gotten it through him.
Anyway, that was exhausting. Some have star ratings and stuff like that, but there's too many. It's nice when a guy lives next to me, and that's easy. I think MiG had like 4, 3, and it's like, oh, this looks like it. It turned out to be a really good place, actually. Good
Most of my transfers go through Believers Pond.
Okay, Believers. See, I didn't even see that one.
I'm telling you, it's on every corner.
Yeah, was that north? I saw one, and I read the replies, and it says, there's a reason there's only 2 cars in the parking lot at all times. The same cars. It's the employees. So that one was bad. Oh, hilarious. All right, we're all caught up. Kyle, you get on your rickshaw tonight? Popat. Anyways, probably still at work. It's probably really busy tonight.
I bet.
Okay, Tactical Rabbit was wearing a full-blown Santa suit. I just realized that. You must have been boiling in there.
I was boiling.
Do you do Santa like every Christmas? Because you could pass as Santa any day.
No, I just got the suit this year.
Okay.
Man, you could have been making so much money all these years.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you just can't smoke around the kids. Oh,
Why the hell not? Billy Bob did.
I know he did. Oh, that movie was hilarious. Yeah.
Uncle Jim, did you see the antlers I was showing you?
The what?
The deer skulls.
One more time.
Deer skulls.
Yes.
Antler mounts.
And the Coke bottles. I saw those too.
Yeah. So there was 3 skulls attached to that center, or 2 skulls attached to the center one.
Oh, okay. I just noticed 2.
Well, there's 2 full skulls and then a partial.
Mm.
And they were all connected.
Yeah, did you see the 2 that were connected together and shot? What was that picture? Someone texted me. Anyway. Oh, hope I didn't miss anyone on the side. Yeah, Gunswatter, I turned off the background because I don't like this background, though. So maybe we tried the drone. Oh, somebody's back here and I didn't see him. Rollis. Oops. Uh-oh. Edit name. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Almost took your name away, Rellis. How's it going, Rellis?
Pretty good so far, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bah humbug.
Hey, Rollis.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good. That wasn't Rabbit this time. Anyway, his phone was going off earlier.
I'm talking about being sick like that the last couple of weeks. Well, I was doing some work out in the rain and snow up in Lenore, Tennessee, doing an unload. So got drenched, stripped out, put clean clothes on and stuff. But by the end of the week, I was just like, wasn't shitting or pissing myself or throwing up, but you just running that mild fever and you're just miserable. And every mile, you feel every mile. So, but pretty much cleared. It's pretty much cleared up now. So I didn't see any drones flying around.
Yeah, I don't want to be sick. I haven't been sick for as long as I can remember, 6 years, 8 years. That's because I don't go anywhere. Even though they bring back the stuff from the stores, you know. I don't know. I don't want to get sick. My son just got over something too. That was bad. Yeah. Everyone stay healthy this Christmas. Oof.
Not happening, Uncle Jim.
Wow.
I'm already sick.
Ah, jeez.
Tin Man.
Tin Man is here.
Oh, look. Tin Man's throwing excuses out early. I'm sick. I can't show up.
No, that's he wants to get his loading room done, and that's his, another job delay, as my dad would say. Well, I hope you get better, Tin Man. And this is for you, a Union hard hat. There you go. And you inspired me from last night when we were, you inspired me because I'm like, what am I going to do for a hat? I thought, I got a hard hat down in the room. So there we go. It went from there. Cat. Oh. So let's see, Andy, you were talking about you got the handles for the mold, and now
I got the nutcracker bolt handles, as they call them, and they are really tight in the groove where they go onto the mold, and I mean there's almost no movement in the mold blocks, so I don't like that. I think you should have a certain amount of play. When I close them, I gotta squeeze it tighter to make them close all the way, and I think they're just not shifting as the mold handles as it closes. So I really haven't cleaned those yet. So for all I know, it could be gook in there or something, but they're very clean. So that's why So the worst case is I'll take a nail file, and work the slots a little bit just to free it up a hair, But yeah, so that's the only mold I'm going to be casting lead with. That's the funny part.
What brand mold is it?
It's an old Ideal mold.
Oh, okay.
It's a Type 3, 160 grain or 158 grain, whatever Type 3 wad cutter, and it's a 4-cavity mold. And I only bought it because the thing looked like it was, from the pictures, it looked like it was basically brand new. I didn't see any rust on it. And it was $80. I couldn't pass it up. I could sell it for double the price if I wanted to. So I got to clean it up. I got to do the cleanup to it. See how the mold handle, I got to clean up the mold handles. Maybe he's got something built up on the mold handles. The mold handles didn't come with the mold. I got them from somebody else. and then see if I'll just use like a nail file just to take a smidgen off and loosen them up a little bit. But they're tight when they're closed. There's no air gaps. I can't find a scratch on them. And I mean, I have tools that work, magnification stuff that we inspect little IC pods with. So, I mean, I brought them to work and looked at them. I can't find a burr, nothing. I can't believe they were, other than the sprue plate, the top of it being bluing, I guess that we call it, is worn off on half of it. So it had to have been used at some point, but the mold itself is so clean.
Yeah. He is here. Hey, Fuzz. I tried a blurry background. That's not working. Hang on. I just want to see this before I change it. Hey, we got a blur. Hey, you can see the leg length, though. Oh, gosh. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. All right. Sorry. What else is going on, guys?
Before I logged on, I was just finishing up watching a couple videos about flat earthers
Oh,
going down to the Arctic, which yesterday would have been being the summer or the winter, well, summer for them. So of course the sun won't set, and so a bunch of the more famous ones went down there, and they've been proven that the sun doesn't set. It does exist. It does rotate around the Arctic or the Antarctic. And of course, immediately everybody's saying, well, it's green screen and that's not true. And they're lying. They're sold out, stuff. Yeah. It's just, I've always found the flat earthers to be a special kind of special.
old one guy is here. Hey, old one guy. Yeah, I don't understand the flat. We got a UFC fighter from Arkansas that's a flat earther. And I was like, dude. And he's trying to bring in the Bible to it. Like, well, it says it right there in the Bible. And I was like, oh, jeez. So
all right. So let me ask you all a question. Because I love this shit. This shit cracks me up. Do y'all think we actually made it on the moon?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
yes.
Absolutely not. I think that was all about, dumping a bunch of money into the defense network and the development of satellites so we could spy on the Russians. I think that whole thing was one great big sham.
I think
They used the space program to spend all that money and just dump it in by the dump truckload. And all of that with technology to spy on the Russians.
So
let's go around the horn. Everyone vote. What each person thinks. Who's next? Let's just we'll go down to Rawlins and come back up.
No, I believe we went there. I mean, I can't quote by verse all the proof there is. Was there shenanigans going on? Yes, but we've been to the moon multiple times. We have landers on the moon now. The Chinese are landing crafts on there. India has finally gotten a couple crafts up there, and Japan has. So we have satellites around the moon. We have laser. We have laser reflective devices. I'm not sure, mirrors of some sort, and we use that to track how far the moon is from the Earth. They'd have to do it at only certain times of the week or month. But so there's there are those items. Now, was there some shenanigans going on? Did they maybe do some creative stuff? I'm willing to be open to that.
Could be. Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, Roland, that we have sent stuff to the moon. But as far as going through the Van Allen belt, just like just like Tin Man brought up, I'm sorry, I just can't subscribe to it.
So the Van Allen belt, I hear that all the time, and I'm just a mildly retarded truck driver.
Well,
But-
let me ask you why
Okay.
we're bringing this up, because here's
Yeah,
another
you
point.
started it.
Here's something else to go along with this, because I've seen this quite a bit recently and it cracks me up too. But when they go in, supposedly, if they actually go into space, you don't see any burning of the craft going into space, but on re-entry you have burning. So there's another thing to think about.
Yeah, but they're going
here's the thing.
slower.
And if you let me circle back, first off to the Van Allen belt. People act like the Van Allen belt is like you're opening up a nuclear power plant's main reactor and you're stepping in there for the rest of your life. The Van Allen belt, you pass through it in about an hour. It's like getting X-rays or things along those lines. Hell, I probably get more radiation you probably get more radiation walking your basement from radon than what they got going through the Van Allen belt.
Okay.
So,
All right. As far as burning up, going up is different coming down. Going up, we even have planes that get out in the atmosphere there and they don't burn up.
right.
But they're going slower going up. Coming down, they're free falling pretty much.
But
All
they're
right.
also
Six-shooter
if they come in at the wrong angle, they'll burn up. But if they come in at the right angle, if they come in too steep, they'll burn up. If they
I
come
know,
in too
but-
shallow, they'll skip and they'll burn up. So you have a certain degree that you come in at, and they have the heat shields on there. We know all about the tiles. I mean, I remember being in junior high, and they were we watched a shuttle come in. They lost a bunch of tiles. It was a big scandal, all this. But guess what? They still survived. So,
Well,
of course,
going up,
the one shuttle.
gradual. Going up is gradual. And coming down is
Okay,
different.
but you're still coming through that same atmosphere when you're coming back from the OSS, and you can go out there and watch the OSS go overhead. There's apps you can download. I stand on my front porch all the time, and watch him.
Cranky.
So this is that's just another that's
All right, 6-shooter Texas.
deal with that.
I think they made it there.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll find out. There's flags there, so we'll see. There's a flag stuck in it. Footprints got to still be there. Well, no, they'd be.
Supposedly.
I don't know if the footprint's still there. I mean, it still has an atmosphere, so it has wind, just not what we have.
Then you have the alien sightings. Which astronaut said they saw something weird up there watching them? Anyway.
All of them. Every
I've
single
heard
one
the
of them.
same stories, and I can't remember. Excuse me, can't remember which one.
Okay, Andy, did they land on the moon or not?
Well, I think the ship landed on the moon, but I'd like to know who took the picture of Neil Armstrong. So Neil Armstrong couldn't have been the first person on the moon.
It was mounted on an arm.
Yeah.
You understand. I'm just saying the picture is taken like at ground level.
There was a camera, and it was set up. All that was staged, i.e., everything that they did there was planned for the moment.
And
as a matter of fact, he screwed up his speech.
okay. For people that don't know, their first handheld camera, which cost a ton of money, it crapped out the first time. So they had to go back to the drawing board. So the handheld camera the guys had, it crapped out on them.
The camera itself was mounted on their chest, and they spent weeks and months just walking around with this camera, taking pictures, and learning how to use the camera under these circumstances, because if they screwed it up, they only had a couple cameras. So, and then they left the one camera on in the landing site. So when they launched the escape pod to return to the ship that was orbiting, yeah, that was actually, as far as I understand, was being radio controlled from Earth. That's why there's that little lag when it takes off. Then the camera, maneuvers to film them going up.
Yeah, they probably had AI working way back then, and they got us all fooled.
And the damn shame is we're not already on the moon or already on Mars, because fucking bankers don't want us to have access to the material, to all the if you've ever seen The Expanse, the miners and asteroid mining and all that, there's asteroids out there that have so much gold in it, they make a sand expensive. Yeah, same thing with all kinds of minerals, all kinds of water.
Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
I'm going to have to reboot. My battery went dead, and now I'm just in the car. What the heck? And it won't let me do nothing. All right, I'll be right back.
No, I mean, I believe that we landed on the moon. I'm just making fun of, because, when you look at things in the different angles, and then you see some of this, like, footage that appeared years later, it's like, like the flag falling over, or something falls out of the space capsule in front of, and just misses the astronaut, things like that. So is it all I'm sure some of that is AI generated, but it's just funny to watch, and it'll help put doubts in your mind a little bit. But I mean, I know we landed, whether or not everything that they per se happened, we don't know.
But how do you know we did? How?
You will never know the real.
Actually, Mythbusters busted it. So they landed. They had a really good thing on there on Mythbusters.
Well, here's the thing. How do I know that? How do I know the Second World War happened? I see these videos, but I see movies about it too. Or I see these old films that are actually supposed to be battlefield films. I watched John Wayne kick the Japanese's ass again. Yeah. And eventually you just got to you got to have a little bit of faith.
Well, okay.
Well, you don't even need to have faith. You can go over there and you can actually see the bomb craters. You can visit places like Auschwitz. You can visit those places. When was the last time you can actually go ahead and get in a spaceship and go to the moon and say, yeah, there it is? When was the last time you can actually lay your eyes on it and say, there it is? When? When can you actually go up there and verify for yourself, there it is?
Here's another one for you. To add to that.
Well, wait, one more time. You started this, but one more time. Tactical Rabbit, yes or no? Did they land on the moon? Then we'll get back to you, Scotsman.
Yes, they did.
Okay. All right, Scotsman.
Okay, so there are plenty, and there's tons and tons of people out there who are airline pilots who will tell you they've never seen any kind of arc when they're flying. Everything is straight flat.
Wait, so you're a flat earther? Not a fat earther.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just making conversation.
Oh.
Y'all are taking it the wrong way. I'm making conversation.
I know. Every time I've been in there, it sure looks round.
Yep.
You opened up a can of worms. That's what you did on Christmas chat.
I'm going to make a can of worms out of it.
The higher up you go, the rounder it gets.
The airline pilots aren't traveling as high as the shuttle, or well, not the shuttle anymore, but you have to get pretty high to start seeing decent curvature of the Earth. So,
okay, some of the highest flying pilots are those that have flown the spy military aircraft. What the hell is it called again?
SR-71.
Yeah, the SR-71, 80,000 plus feet. You know, it can go way the hell up there.
Can go even higher.
And they've seen nothing either. As
Well, they
high
can go
as they
even
can
higher
go.
now.
Well, if they get high enough, how come they can't see everything?
Well, and see, this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that
If
come
you're
into
flying
this.
over the United States and you're high enough, how come you can't see China?
Right.
You just got to have faith that China's actually there.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, you know, unless you're
I have to have faith you guys even exist. You could just be a bunch of, well, technically you are a bunch of ones and zeros. Because
Okay, we have Cranky here. I love his virtual background. That's awesome.
I'm at the range.
You can just see the lineman thrower, and oh, that's hilarious. That was one of your
Frankie,
favorites.
I know better. You never get to the range.
No, that photo is only like a week old.
Yeah, him and his son shot those things in the what did they call that? Was it
Silhouette
was it a cowboy silhouette or a regular silhouette?
No, it's just silhouette.
Okay,
This one was a handgun, any caliber. And the ones on the left were for any caliber handgun. The ones on the right are 22 only.
okay, because my old range, they'd also have like cowboy lever action shoots also, just for that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't do cowboy action. I wish I would, but they don't do that there.
All right, Cranky, did we go to the moon? Is the Earth flat? Is it a curve?
I want
It's not flat.
West
The moon, I'm undecided on. I kind of there's things I kind of believe things about both stories. There's some things just don't add up.
Merry Christmas, Pat. Got a spot. We got a spot, Pat. We got a spot. Come on.
Man, come
on, buddy. I know you want to.
I want Pat's opinion on landing on the moon. He's a little technical there. So, Pat, moon landing or no? All right. Flat Earth.
hey, hobbies.
I find it hard to believe that they actually managed to make it with the technology they had back then. I also find it stupid that they stopped going like the way they did and haven't gone back since.
Well, there was nothing to check out anymore. They brought home the rocks and everything, and they struggled getting there. I grew up through that. This was on TV all the time. So,
well, one of the
we had guys that died. You know, there was a lot of struggle just to get there, and it was a major struggle getting the landing, and that was even screwed up when it happened. So, yeah.
Well, one of the big things that I've seen a lot of things over the years of it is magically, you know, they're all in this space race trying to get to be the first to get there, and then magically out of nowhere, within what was it, a week or two, bam, they magically have this magical jet engine rocket engine that's gonna propel them all the way up there, and then bam, they're up there.
We were putting craft outside the atmosphere in the 20s, well, maybe 30s. The V2, the reason why the Germans were certain, the paperclip conspiracy is, we wanted them for their missile technology. We've been putting missiles out of the atmosphere, and having re-entry since the late 40s, early 50s. We've had hypersonics since the 60s. It just depends on what your full and complete definition of hypersonic is. But we've had some we've had some pretty fast ships moving. Where I live at,
Keep going. Sorry.
95 is not too far away, and I was going down to Fort Pierce to deliver, and I just saw just this orange flash. Well, not flash, but I just saw this orange light I'm thinking it was an incoming meteor. I was thinking it was like, finally Mog has come. And but it started to get a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller, and it was actually leaving the atmosphere, and it was actually a pretty neat thing to see. So I'd like to go down and watch a couple launches before I get too damn old.
And we lost.
The whole purpose of the V2 missile project was to top it off with an atomic payload and shoot it. That's the reason we were over there, and we that's the reason why we pressed so hard to get that technology from the Germans, because
and all that. I mean, the V2 was a weapon of mass destruction at the time, and the technology. It's still, can be used. I mean, it's ancient. It's slow compared to what we have today, but the V2 technology, was pretty awesome for the time for how complicated those engines were and what they were doing, especially once you started really getting deep into the war. There's a couple channels that go into the details of how they built the actual engine. I'm detailing nozzle direction, how many nozzles, how much time it would have to be spraying oxygen, spraying the I think it was oxygen and the hydrogen, and it was just really pretty awesome technology, especially for the time. And they're doing this all with slide rules. Yeah.
Let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason why we went ahead and developed the space program? Why did we do it? Why?
So we could have missiles knock the Russians out. But also,
No. I mean, why was all of a sudden, why was the gas pedal pressed all the way to the floor?
So we could develop missiles to deliver, like you said. There's not. You did not say anything wrong there. What you said was 100% correct. But it was also dual use. Yeah, by us putting satellites in there, all of a sudden we get our GPS. By getting to the moon.
They needed to develop a budget. They needed to develop a budget with a goal. And the reason why we developed the space program was because Sputnik went up. And that scared the hell out of us. And we're like,
ask, what? No.
And so we've got to get one up there. And we got to be able to match their technology now. We were in a situation after World War II. We were actually in a situation after World War II that, our economic gains that we were getting in our money and everything else, that the government was cutting back big time. And by the time the 1970s, late 60s started rolling around, they really started restraining an awful lot of federal money, towards the military.
Well, and same thing with the space program. That's why it died the way it did. I imagine everybody here remembers Skylab. Well, that's the last of the Apollo program. They just slapped something together and put it up there, and they said, well, we used up everything now. But, that was the last part there. But as far as Sputnik goes, that's one of the biggest lies we've been told for a long time. People knew about Sputnik. It was part of it was an 18-month program. And I just learned about this not too long ago, of science and technology, worldwide, like a World's Fair worth. And the Russians said, yes, we're going to launch a satellite. And then the friggin' news media, with the government backing them up, started acting like, oh, this just happened. Nobody knew about this. There were school organizations where they set up satellite watching programs where they could sit there and kids would sit in a row. And as Sputnik went over, they keep track of what time it went over, and they were able to see it in it was some kind of weird mirror setup. But anyways, you can go to Truth Stream Media. They have a pretty interesting documentary about this. It was well known they were going to do that. There's people saying, we knew this was going on. I don't know why everybody's getting all wound up about it. And
so you're saying Sputnik's fake, but you're saying we landed on the moon.
No.
Yeah, total sham. Sputnik was just an excuse for us to go to the moon. Yeah, we had to blame it on something.
That's an excuse for us to get deep. We used that as an excuse to get deeper into the space race. Geez, imagine that. They took a issue or a situation, blew it out of proportion, and acted like it was something that it wasn't, and then was able to
Wait,
spend a lot
that
of
sounds
Weapons of
like
mass
our
destruction
government.
to invade Iraq.
Ah,
COVID. COVID.
Okay, as far as
Believe
speed
it.
goes,
Sure.
as far as speed
Because
goes,
the government told us so. Believe it. You bet.
Yeah.
Because our government told us so. And they never lie to us. Never. No, they always told the truth.
however, as far as speed goes, it didn't take Musk very long to land a rocket back on its stand. Okay, that didn't take long. If you look at, obviously we have technology now, but he can land that rocket back on the stand. That's pretty impressive. And
Yeah, I saw something on YouTube the other day where they said they are now going to use that in like
Go
the
to the
next
moon.
version of the Iron Dome. So, like, when there's incoming missiles, they'll launch a bunch of those rockets and some of them won't hit anything. And so instead of just like falling to the ground or self-destructing, they'll just return back to like base.
rechargeables.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty cool.
Hey, recycling is good.
I love Scott. Scotsman can just walk into a room and just light it up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Beer, popos.
all right, I'm just telling it how it is, man.
I'm glad you don't live down the street from me. I shared that with you that I'm going to get knocks at the door if you do, and you're going to say, "We need to talk." Yeah.
I
Dude,
just
like
say it how I see it, man. People don't like my opinion, but whatever. Opinions are like assholes, and guess what, people? I'm an asshole.
Yep.
But there was a whole. I remember the era. There was a whole ton of struggle trying to get to the moon. People died, major struggles, and they wouldn't have gone through all that. They could have shortened the struggle a little bit. Preacher is here. Hey, preacher.
But did they really, though? Did they really?
Well, that is up to your. Everyone's got their own thing. Everyone should watch the Mythbusters video. It should be on YouTube. They pretty much debunked him not landing on the moon. The shadows and all the stuff. They covered all that stuff. Why is the shadows weird? That was another thing. Why are the shadows this way when they should be that way? Everything was covered on that. That's a good one to watch. I think the Earth is round, and I think we landed on the moon. And we stopped going there because there's nothing there but dust and rocks.
Or is there more there, and we're not going there for that reason?
I had no trouble with that theory.
But it's very expensive. It's very expensive. Luckily, in the 60s, we had money at the time.
Yeah, we're probably paying for those. We're still probably paying that debt off too. Here's something to look at if you're a flat earther. You need to explain to me how you can be on I-95 in Miami and the sun comes up at one time at a certain time of the day. And
hey, Harold.
in New York City, the sun will come up at a different time of the day, even though they're virtually in line with each other. There's very little difference.
Preacher,
From my house.
Not only could you see the pyramids, preacher, but you probably could have shot their balls off like you did the coyote. All right.
Yeah.
Man, preacher.
Harold, I was going to bring up Job and Isaiah, and I thought, nah, that's kind of like preachers. That's preachers' work. Job and Isaiah say it. They say it. You know, these flat earthers or whatever and say that it's in the Bible. No, it's not in the Bible. You haven't read the Bible. You need to read Job, and you need to read Isaiah, and it explains it to the T.
Vanessa, that's the sunlight reflecting through the horizon, through the atmosphere. So yeah, it's and you also get some pretty neat. You can occasionally get pretty neat flashes and visual effects from because of that. So yeah, if you're in California and you're standing on the beach, by the time you see the sun actually go down, it's probably been below the horizon for about, like, I didn't think it was 8 minutes, but for a while, because you're seeing the reflection of it coming over the curvature, and also just because the atmosphere is a lot thicker there also.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think Pat's talking about his recommendations are now all geese after watching Preacher's video. That's funny.
Cranky, how do you think the cats keep landing on their feet, man? It's not because the earth's round, it's because the earth's flat. They just flip right over.
Well, if you have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you drop it, it always lands peanut butter side. So if you put peanut butter on the back of a cat and you drop it, which side is it going to land on?
Who the hell eats peanut butter? That's disgusting.
It might be disgusting, but still. Proven fact, I read it on the internet.
Hey, I had a peanut butter sandwich today. What are you talking about?
I lived on them things for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm wrong with PB&J.
I needed something right now.
I hate PB&J. I want peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, you can do that too. Actually, you know what's good? What I used to do is I used to buy a whole, big thing of flour tortillas and just throw them in the fridge at work, and then just, peanut butter and jelly, and you just spread it on it and roll it up. And when you're out there working, man, you got this nice little peanut butter and jelly roll, and you eat it.
Well,
it's good.
Put it in the microwave for a few seconds, get it heated, and it's good that way. I've done that.
Hey, it's Mexican lefse.
If you want something sweet, put some honey in it.
But it is. That's all lefse is. It's a Norwegian tortilla. It's made with potato. That's it.
Yeah, the guy who eats haggis is calling peanut butter disgusting. All right.
Hey, you know what, man? Haggis will freaking put hairs in your chest and your nuts and your balls and the whole 9 yards, and it'll freaking make you a man. Peanut butter is disgusting. Haggis is full of nutrients, man. Peanut butter's just ugh.
Oh, peanuts are good. They're protein. Peanut butter has sugar in it, though.
Yeah, we were not supposed to eat freaking nuts and oils and all this other crap and wheat and all this other bullshit. We're supposed to eat meat, people. Meat.
There's some sense to what Scott's been saying, because even these flavored whiskeys are out there. They have a peanut butter, whiskey out there, and guess what? It's made with Irish whiskey. They're not gonna waste good whiskey on that. They're gonna use that Irish swill. Yeah.
When I was a drinker, I wanted my bourbon to taste like bourbon. I wanted my Budweiser to taste like Budweiser, and I wanted my Coca-Cola to taste like Coca-Cola.
Who the hell drinks Budweiser? Oh God! Ugh.
I used to drink Budweiser all the time.
You eat peanut butter, you drink Budweiser. Ugh.
Yeah.
You're just not right, man. You're just not right.
Well, I don't drink anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
Pat. Speaking of space, they have renamed Uranus to Uranus. They renamed it so that it splits up so where it doesn't sound like, Uranus.
Well, now it sounds like urine, though. You still got the urine.
Uranus. Yeah.
It was always supposed to be Uranus.
You might as well have the anus if you got the urine, So, yeah, but it's Uranus. Just
There's
saying.
a ring around Uranus.
Oh, how did we get here? A Christmas chat, and we just blew it all out the window. You know, preacher could have
No, we didn't all blow it out the window. I blew it out the window.
preacher could have kept everything, even keel
This has been
with his wisdom. Same with Pat.
more interesting and enjoyable.
Hey, man, you got to have some conversation. You got to have a little bit of fun.
And Cranky, that's got to be the worst Christmas hat you ever worn on a chat. You started with a football helmet because you had nothing, and that blew the doors off of that one. Well, you got a wreath. Okay. All right. I got you. I just want to give you credit, Cranky. It's good to see you. And I'm glad you and your boy got to shoot those little animals out there and steal. I guess he had a lot of fun. So.
Oh yeah, silhouette shoots are fun.
Yeah,
They are. Yeah, I did it. I did it for like 2.5, 3 years. It's fun.
I did it hunter pistol for a couple years.
Yeah, it's fun.
And the 22s are even fun. The 22s.
Yeah, they're gonna do like a 22, like almost like a 22 bullseye shoot, because they got their hands on like these stacks of these like old, I guess Boy Scout targets.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do with them, so they're gonna have like like 22, where you can bring your your either 1022 or scope 22 or something.
Anything.
Yeah, you're not gonna use a handgun. You're not gonna be able to see it at that at 50 yards.
Yeah.
Because my range don't let me shoot steel targets anymore. The zinc keeps putting dings in them.
The commie bastards.
The funnest for me was, and I can't shoot pistols worth of crap anymore, but the funnest for me was bowling pin, steel table challenges.
Yeah. Well, they have it. They have another one where it's like they call it like plinking, and they'll have I think that one's also 22 only. But they'll have all sorts of like swinging targets, like bowling pins and golf balls and things like that. And
Yeah, but nothing's better than clearing a steel table with bowling pins with a 45. You got to get square on, otherwise, the wobble. You got to knock them right off the table. And if you clear a table, that's like a hole in one. It's so fun. Yeah. They don't do it anymore. I don't know why.
If you want to hone your hunting skills, go out and shoot some silhouette. That'll teach you how to shoot. That'll teach you how to range. That'll teach you how to do all kinds of stuff. And the more you get into it, the more fun it is. So if you're living in an area where they actually have, official, silhouette shoots, at distances and at the targets, and like he was saying, hunter, handgun.
Hunter pistol is used to be 25 to 100, but they moved the chickens out because it's too much splatter. But I think they're at 40 yards now.
Yeah, chickens at 40 yards is not easy, especially if you do it with a handgun.
But that's what all we use. Most people were using contenders back then. Some people used revolvers.
You'll agree, turkeys win sometimes. You know what I mean? Turkeys are hard to hit.
Those turkeys are hard to hit because they're actually narrow. So you're winning.
Yeah, they are.
Right.
Yeah, and I've seen many of them just spin. Boop. That's it. You hit it, but you didn't knock it over, so you don't get it. Yep. Yeah.
That's hunter pistol. Now you go up to the regular NRA silhouette. That does 50, 100, 150, and 200 meters.
Mm-hmm.
That's way out there for a handgun.
I shot big bore handgun open sight at 200 meters and hitting rams with 44 Magnum. That's some tough cooking right there.
Oh yeah. That thing weighs a lot of weight. I forget how much they weigh.
Yeah, you got to hit them just right. You got to hit them on the top of the shoulder. Sometimes you can get away with knocking them over if you hit them on the neck, but if you hit them in the head, they'll spin on you. You know, you hit them in the back, they'll spin on you. You gotta aim right for that shoulder, the top part of the shoulder, man. I'll tell you, if you don't hit them there, they're not going over. You get lucky every once in a while, though. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough sport. It's a lot of fun. And another thing too that I liked about Silhouette, they're real big on prizes, and they don't give away cheap stuff either. Usually some pretty high quality stuff for prizes, and they have a huge feed afterwards. That's another thing they do at Silhouette Shoots. They put on a big, huge barbecue and all this, and everybody gets together. It's a lot of fun. It's a really it's a sport participation, and it's kind of a spectator sport. It's not like going to a bullseye match, which is boring as hell. You know, but yeah. So it's a lot of fun. Try it.
We have one at our cowboy club. It's a 22 only. It's a little different than doing pistols because they're using rifles, but you can't just use like any rest. You have to have like a period correct, and it's like 2 wooden sticks that are mounted on a box that'll do like that.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. I haven't shot it because I don't have any 22s like that.
Eastwind Farms is here.
I've been thinking about going out there with my pistols and do it, you know, just a standard 22 single 6.
Yeah.
All right. How many people hate cabbage? Side chat's talking about cabbage. Gunswater lost some weight with cabbage. I did the same thing. I used to throw a lot
I
of
mean, if
it.
it's done right. I don't like sauerkraut.
I threw it in the last turkey soup. Last turkey soup, I butchered it with cabbage. It was awesome. My wife likes cabbage. We put it in fried rice. We put it in everything. I like cabbage.
Yeah, cabbage is okay. There's nothing wrong with cabbage.
Corned beef
I
and
just don't like sauerkraut.
I don't know. I like sauerkraut. If sauerkraut's done right, I love it. It's great. Some people can't stand it. I personally, if it's done right, I love it. It's great.
Oh, yeah. Put it on a brat or even a hot dog. Oh, yeah, babe.
I'd like to try Harold's homemade sauerkraut. I'd like to try that. It just looks delicious. I've seen him make it before, and I'm thinking, man, God, it just makes me want to go out and get some fresh sauerkraut. Man.
Patriot Paul, there's nothing wrong with being gassy. All right? Unless you feel something, then you're wrong. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Just make sure everything is working right. You know, it's like, people that drink tap water. Okay, if you drink tap water out of the thing, it's like what Pat was saying. That stuff's poison. Well, yeah, they put poison in it. They poison off all the bacteria. They poison off all the, little microbes and little parasitical little animals and stuff that grow in there. They poison off all the thing that's going to, grow mold and all this other stuff. And they poison all that off. And then you put it in your body. You realize what that's doing to your body? It's doing the exact same thing all the way down through your intestinal tract and everything. And so, there's a certain amount of healthy, bacteria that's in your body, and you're killing that off. That's one of the main things when you go to the doctor and say, like, you've been having a problem with constipation, not to get on that subject again, but yeah, I know. But one of the main things they tell you is, they ask you, do you drink tap water? And if you say yes, they say, stop doing that.
No, don't drink city water. Don't drink this.
Don't do it. I mean, it's safe enough to drink that it won't hurt you, but at the same time, it's terrible for you. It's terrible on your body. You're killing off all the stuff that's supposed to be in there that makes your body healthy.
Don't drink city water. Just don't drink it. You can use it for other stuff, but don't drink city water.
All right, I got to be back in a minute here.
Okay.
I'm running on well water.
Yeah, well water, baby. Mountain spring well water.
When you pass gas, you know what that passing gas is? It's H2S. It's hydrogen sulfide. That comes from stuff rotting. Stuff is actually supposed to rot in your body.
You know, you brought up constipation. We talked about it. Here's the Christmas.
Damn it.
Here's a Christmas chat, and we're talking Okay. Anyway, I told Pat to try whatever I told him to try. Believe it or not, the next day I got constipated. I'm like, son of a bitch, right after we talked about it. So I took that stuff, and I asked Pat, is it working for you? And he said, not yet. And I'm like, son of a bitch, you should have taken an extra gulp. And then I'm waiting. I'm like, hey, it's been 6 hours. Damn, what's going on? Next morning, it took the next day, but we're talking fountain. Yeah, Fountain of Ute. The Fountain of Ute. So I hope it worked for Pat eventually. If not, take an extra gulp. Milk of magnesia. Very flavored, preferably. But it's funny that
my go-tos. These are my
It's
go-tos as far as
Didn't we used to
This is
talk
one of my
like
go-tos.
eggnog and
This is
stuff
one of my
had
go-tos.
or milk of magnesia?
Say it again, Cranky.
We went from eggnog to milk of magnesia.
That's because eggnog.
Yeah.
I'm doing
And the same thing.
I'm doing a video before Christmas. Safety lesson number, I think we're up to 7 now. Christmas safety lesson. And I have eggnog in the fridge. My son went through hell getting it. I don't even want to talk about that. Ladies getting in front of him with full carts. Oh, anyway.
Like I said, my arsenal of medicine.
Eggnog
Here's another one. That's an old that is an old medicine that works. This shit works. You're not feeling good. You're feeling a little half headache going. You're kind of zapped feeling. You take this stuff. I'm going to tell you what, it'll fix you right up. I swear by this stuff. And like I said, Excedrin,
eggnog
and all.
Okay.
Milk of magnesia. All these old names. All the old names. They work. They work. Just the way it is.
I don't do it when I'm on the road, but when I'm home, I'll do some probiotics, and it does help clean me out a little bit better than I'm normally pretty regular anyways, but like I said, I try to do probiotics. Yeah, usually it's only a couple times a week, but I don't want to take the chance to be driving down the highway and all of a sudden my guts lock up on me. I don't like shitting in buckets.
It's the worst, and eggnog clogs me up. So, Uncle Jim's.
Speaking of eggnog, here we go.
We'll have a video on the eggnog thing.
I'm with 6.
What was
I like
that,
eggnog.
6? Did you say whiskey 6? Is that what I heard? Whiskey?
Yep, there's some stuff. That stuff. Well, you ain't gonna call it whiskey, but it was free to me, so I'm drinking it.
That's right. Don't care about the Y or the E or
Comes
whatever.
in that purple bag.
Oh God! Oh,
Is that a Coke and whiskey you drinking there?
Eggnog.
y'all trying to make me
eggnog.
roll tonight? Is that what it is?
Man, I'm gonna
Crown
have.
Royal and eggnog.
Oh God!
Oh, there goes my battery again. Damn it. Let me plug in real quick.
The only free alcohol I won't drink is Long Star beer.
It all sounds terrible.
Oh, plug in. Otherwise, you're getting booted. Speaking of being plugged. All right.
I'm sorry to hear that, Vanessa.
want to eat something in a minute?
Mm-mm.
You're not hungry?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, you
Yeah,
can.
you can crack eggs in the glass and just drink them, man. They're good. Done it plenty times. Just crack them straight in the glass and down it.
Never done that. I like my eggs fried with some salt and pepper on them.
Eggs are for eating. Eggs are for eating, not drinking. Yeah. You know, I'm going to crack.
I've done it many times, man. It's good for you.
I'm going to slug some nog next. I got some rum. I don't do whiskey. I do the rum. And I think I have a little Irish. What is that? Irish.
Oh, fucking Irish.
What is that? Irish. What is that? It's kind of like Kahlua. What is that stuff? Irish, whatever.
Irish cream.
Jellies?
Yeah, something like that. You put a splash in there too. I'm trying to catch up with sight chat here. Anyway. What else is going on? We covered the moon. We covered all kinds of things. All right. What are you loading, Cranky? I know you did a bunch of. You're doing 308 now, right?
No, I'm still in 380.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I ordered everything I need to load 308, but it's not here yet.
The 380 is a pesky little round, but it's kind of fun at the same time.
Yeah, well, this one's a lot easier to load for than the last one. So.
Well, you and Six Shooter Texan made it easy in the last video because I've had no time. I said that in the video, and everything was there. Everything was ready. So I pumped that out for the boy, and he can have his fun with his new toy. You know, like you know how that goes. It all works perfect. What was that? What was that beat?
That's Cranky.
All right, guys.
I have a titanium brace holding my right ankle together. So I feel your pain.
All right, guys, I'm going to bail out. I'll be in the side chat for another 5 or 10 minutes. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas and a happy
Andy.
Night, Andy.
Night.
Merry Christmas, Andy.
Thanks for coming on, Andy.
Merry Christmas, Andy.
And duding up the horns. That was awesome.
We tried. Everybody, Merry
It was
Christmas.
awesome. Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
Have a good Christmas. If we don't chat again before that, maybe we do. I don't know. I got unlimited, so let's do it. Maybe a Christmas Eve late at night when just the creatures are stirring, not even a what?
Well, I have to work Christmas Day, so.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, yeah, but I'll leave noonish, leave the house around noon, get up, get my break in, make my delivery, and get my butt back to Jacksonville for Thursday. Then I'm done till the following week. So
I'm off work till January the 6th.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
You suck, man.
Wow.
Wasn't by my choice, but that's what they decided to do.
Maybe you play with some new toys after Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, baby. That's awesome. Wow, that's awesome.
No, they like to mess with our schedule here. So I got to work tomorrow and Monday, and then I'm off for 3 days, and then I got to go back to work again, and then screw around the following week, same BS.
Well, I've been working with this company, and the original boss did the same thing. Christmas to New Year's, we were closed, no matter what. And this year, they was going to do basically the same thing. Then we've got a bunch of hot jobs in and stuff, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to take Christmas week, the whole week, instead of waiting until Christmas Eve. And we're going to work the New Year's week. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, we're not even going to do that. So we're not going to work either week. So this is the first time I've ever had 16 days in a row off.
Wow, hell yeah, that's awesome.
I don't think I've ever had 16 days in a row.
I've had 14, taking a 2-week vacation, but it's not like that. Usually when you do a 2-week vacation, you're planning on going somewhere, doing something, but we don't even have nothing planned. We cowboy shot this morning. We're going to cowboy shoot next Saturday too, if it don't rain.
Yeah, it's too bad you guys got to work around Christmas. That's a bummer. That should be sacred, okay? A week off, everyone. They should make a law, instead of Congress playing around with the, oh my gosh, if you saw that disaster, they should make a law. You get a week off for Christmas. All right.
Well, they have to mess around to give themselves all a raise.
Of
I don't know
course.
if you saw that one or not, but they gave themselves all a raise.
Well, I did enjoy the 1,500 stack of paperwork next to the shorter one, so that's a plus. But they still got crap in there. It's garbage.
That's all it ever is. It's filled with garbage. No one ever reads it, and they all vote on it. So they all get raises and this, that, the other. Same bullshit every time.
Hey, three or more weeks, now a month, whatever, less than a month. There's going to be some thinning of the herd. So
we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully he does what he's supposed to. We'll see.
There's going to be thinning of the herd. There's already people retiring. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of saved money.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough, I guess. All right, folks, I'm going to jump off of here. Good seeing everybody.
Merry Christmas.
You,
All right.
Jason. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a good Christmas.
Yep, y'all have a great one. And remember, folks, around here we say Merry Christmas and fucking God bless America.
Amen.
That's right.
Merry Christmas, Scotsman. See you later.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks
later,
for starting crap, Scotsman. Thanks for starting the crap. No, that's all right.
You're welcome.
We enjoyed it. Have a good one.
As far as the new administration goes and people getting the herd thinned out and stuff, yeah, that's going to help a little bit. But like what Thorzak was saying earlier about budgets and money disappearing and all that, the pay raises and all that's nothing but a drop in the bucket to all the black ops, the hidden off the book stuff. Yeah, that's where we really need to.
The Pentagon that can't come up with millions and maybe billions, yeah.
Billions and billions, yeah.
But there's going to be a difference between the last 4 years and the next 4 years.
Oh yeah.
Or you're going to see a huge difference on waste. They got the guys in there. Yeah.
Okay, for the American public, and I'm sure that anybody who has anything to do with financial stuff, the bottom line is this: when you have inflation and you put higher taxes on people, you know what that equals? Poverty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens to the American public. You impoverish the American public, and the bottom line is that their dollar won't buy as much. So in the long run, what you are doing, saying that you are such a good government that you are raising taxes for all these programs and everything, what you are doing is you ruin people's lives. That's what they do. They ruin your life. They take away your ability to buy what it is that you need and the things that you want and your pursuit of happiness. They could care less.
Did you see what some of our tax dollars go to? It's ridiculous. It's not even for here. It's ridiculous. Just go down the line, and all that's going to be thinned. That's going to be removed.
Now, I have a position, and I want to defend a position here. I believe there are government organizations that actually save the government money. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I did work, in federal service for 40 years. And when it comes to the military and maintaining our military to make sure that our assets are ready to go, we need to make them go, man. The bottom line is the federal government that's your best money. If you give that over to a contractor, they're just going to go ahead and sit on it, and they're going to say, we ran out of money. We need to renegotiate contracts and all kinds of other stuff. And the next thing you know, you don't have any assets out there because it's all being held up over some legal paperwork about more money. So it's very unpatriotic, in my opinion, that contractors can actually take a military system and basically just sit on it until they get more money. Are you patriotic, or do you just want the money?
Well, you have quotas, and you got to spend the quotas to get more. However, have you ever seen a government or Democrats, any of the Democrats up in there, run a business properly and smoothly? No.
All the Democrats are failed businessmen. All of them.
However, the next 4 years, you got businessmen on there that know how to run a business. So I've been watching the old series of The Streets of San Francisco with Carl Malden and Kirk Douglas in there. And I'm going to tell you what, I look at the city of San Francisco, and when they built the Bay Bridge, they made it for traffic on the top level. And it was supposed to be for vehicle traffic and everything. And then the bottom level was supposed to be for trains, because that bridge actually is a marvel in a way, because it was built in 1936. The Bay Bridge, it's a very, very, very well-made bridge, and it connects 90. But you see, their planning at that time, back in the 30s and 40s, was that they would become a seaport, and they would get, imports and that sort of stuff. And they needed a way to put it out on the main line so it could be shipped throughout, the United States by rail. And what happened was that the Navy moved in there. The Democrats that were running, San Francisco, they got fat, dumb, and happy having all this money being generated. And they never did build those rail yards, and they never did build the rail system that goes underneath the Bay Bridge. And guess what? What's the number one thing about Los Angeles?
Probably their port system, I would say.
That's their number one thing. They took it. They seen it. They said, you know what? We need to jump on this. But these Democrats that were in San Francisco, they had it all set up. They could have done the same exact thing. But you know what they did? They got fat, dumb, and happy. They got sipping their, champagne and going to their parties. And they had all this tax money being generated by the Navy moving in there, and these businesses moving in there to support the Navy. And guess what happened? The Navy started cutting back. And then little by little, what do you have now? Look at San Francisco now. It's a slum. It's an absolute slum. The only thing that they have in San Francisco now is their financial thing with the insurance companies and their investment companies and the banks. That's it. There's no manufacturing. There's no blue collar jobs hardly anymore. All of that stuff has went away. And people like Feinstein, Schumer, Pelosi, all the rest of these Democrats are all tax and spend. In other words, I'm going to make bad decisions, but I don't really care because you're going to absorb it all as a taxpayer. And that's our attitude.
In theory, if it's done right and it's done honestly, a perfect example of where tax dollars being used for what it's supposed to be used for is your gas taxes. If those gas taxes are actually being put into the road system, not winding up in somebody's pocket. Yeah, Florida's a pretty decent example. They have some pretty good road system. They have a little higher gas tax, but it seems like a lot of that's getting put back into the roads. I'm not saying there isn't corruption. I'm not saying it's not being used for the wrong stuff also. But then you look at a state like South Carolina, and I've literally driven up 95, and there's parts of I-95 up there where there's just no road. You know, it's just, I've been on back county roads that were smoother and rode better than some of the interstate up there. And you just wonder where's this money going to? Because you look at you look at every state has a breakdown of what you're paying for your fuel tax, your gas tax, whatever. So if the government does it right and if they're honest about it, they're upfront, taxes are good and the government can be good. Now those roads are usually built by outside contractors, and then a lot of times they'll be maintained by the state or the county, whoever. But but then you have other times where they just take this money and just disappear, and you don't know what the hell's happened to it. So that's
it depends on your states, though. They take care of the roads really good. So we're pretty lucky about plowing and all that stuff.
Roland, how much do you pay for a gallon of gas down there in Florida?
I go to BJ, so I get like a 25-30 cent discount compared to everything else. I'm averaging about $2.80 a gallon, $2.75. If you go to like the Wawa, the Exxon, or whatever, they're right around anywhere from 3 to 3.05, depending on the time of day. Depending on if some Arab print scratches his nose and they think everything's going to get shut down, all that. So, but it might as well say 3.05, 3.10.
Do you have a state income tax?
No.
So you just have sales tax?
Just sales tax, property taxes, stuff like that. But
really? In Washington State, you pay $4.70 to $4.90 a gallon.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a refinery, right over there in Seattle. So it's not like they're actually having to, ship it here or anything like that.
There's a refinery just on the north side of Jacksonville.
The big push right now in Washington State is that people are getting together and they're taking it to the state capitol and they're saying, prove the books. Mm-hmm. Prove the books. You guys need to prove the books. And man, I'll tell you one thing: they are resisting that with everything. They're building the highest, strongest stone wall that they can in order to keep people from knowing whatever the money's being spent on. There was something in the Seattle Times that they just appropriated in Olympia. Okay, they just appropriated. I think it was $13 billion to go to the homeless, okay, and also up with the no eviction thing for people that can't afford their rent, that the state goes in there and makes up the difference with the property. I'm going to tell you what, there's no if you're going to do that for people, there's no incentive for people to do anymore. They're going to hold on to their little Walmart job and they're going to hold on to whatever it is. And they go, oh, I got kids and I need something to eat. Well, you need to go out and get a better job. Either that or move the hell out of the state.
Patriot, Paul, I think it's 7.5%. We got a couple little minor county taxes on top of our regular sales, state sales tax and stuff. I just haven't really looked at it. I moved from Ohio where I had the sales tax was about the same, the gas tax was the same, but I was also paying income tax, state income tax. So, I'm still a little bit like, just happy that at the end of the day, I actually have more money in my pocket, even even if the taxes may be slightly higher?
Well, the goal of our new governor is to get it over 5 gallons, $5 a gallon here. That's what he wants to do. And no, Jim can back this up. He's from the state. We have nice roads. We have nice roads here. They maintain them quite well. Our freeways and stuff like that are nicely maintained. But there's a lot of brother-in-law deals.
No.
There's brother-in-law deals going on. Now, I'll tell you another thing too. In Western Washington, they don't necessarily have the snow removal and that sort of the state does, but in the counties and stuff like that, in the outside counties, they don't spend the money on the snow removal. So it might be 4 or 5 days, and you still have 3 feet of snow on your road out there, your county road. And if you go to Eastern Washington, I mean, the very first snowflake hits the ground, man, in Spokane, they're out there plowing that stuff. They stay on top of it. They have a real good system over there, but over here it sucks.
Okay. Rabbit, you were waving. You're going tonight.
I'm leaving.
Oh,
Night, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Hey, thanks for suiting up. Literally, you suited up, full Santa suit. Appreciate that.
How about the full suit? I didn't put the pants on.
Oh.
I had sweatpants on though.
It's more breathable that way. Yeah. And
Yeah.
take care of your rabbit on the porch, okay?
Okay. See y'all later.
Thanks.
Good night. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
All right. Good night, bud.
Now, another example of the corruption aspect, and this is just based on, I can't prove anything, but in the last, I go through Georgia. I probably do, the vast majority of my miles is going through Georgia to either deliver somewhere in Georgia, maybe around Alabama, or like for the last few weeks, up to Tennessee. So I travel I-75 up and down quite a bit, occasionally over on 95, but mostly I-75 lately. In the last 5-7 years, I've watched I-75 just get improved, better roads. They've been paving it, especially around election years. There's always road construction going on. Right up until you get to 385 or 285 there in Atlanta. And then once again, you think you're driving through the moon, driving across the moon. There's so many potholes and just missing chunks of roadway. And occasionally they'll put a crew out there if it gets bad enough. But there's one hole, there's one crack in 285 that goes the entire length of, or the entire width of all 3 lanes there. And no matter what, when you hit that, you get a friggin' whiplash every time you hit it. And it doesn't matter what lane you're in, you're going to get that, get that ass beating. Yeah. So once you get back on just north of 285, the roads start to get nice again. Yeah. It's amazing how Atlanta just doesn't have any decent road.
I-45, which runs from Dallas all the way down to Galveston, has been under construction since it started construction.
You think? Well, think about this also. What was that? 56 or 52 that runs from Houston up to Texarkana, and what road is that now? But let me look real quick. But yeah, they're US 52, and
then where 52 is at.
It's over on the east side, but it goes right up through Houston. Also,
you mean 59?
That might be it. Let me look real.
Which
quick.
Is going to be I-69 when they finish.
Yeah, eventually. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I've literally for 30 years been watching that get built.
Well, they really just started on that here not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, well, eventually it goes down to, I think, Brownsville. Yeah, 69. And then
I don't remember if it's going to Brownsville or if it's going over to Laredo.
Let's see. McAllen. I think that actually, no, it looks like it might actually be going to. Matamoros looks like where it's going to eventually end. Okay, Brownville, yeah. Or real friggin' close anyways. It's been about a decade since I've been on down that far. But yeah, coming up where 45 splits in Houston,
Yeah.
and 69 goes up to the east. Eventually we'll get to Canada, and then 45, same thing.
Well, I've been all up and down those roads.
Yeah,
When I was little, my grandma and grandpa, they lived in a town called Redland, which is north of Lufkin.
mm-hmm.
59 ran in front of their house when it was a 2-lane road. And during World War II, to get the Army stuff from up out of Oklahoma down to Galveston, they built the US 59,
Right.
which moved the highway about, I don't know, quarter of a mile to the east of them. But I've got pictures of the old house and stuff like that with my grandpa and them lived in. He was in World War I.
Like you said, you go through Lufkin, and then you go through there's Nacogdoches is up there somewhere.
Nacogdoches is just north of that.
Yeah, and it's been a couple of years since I've been through there, so I don't know how far they've advanced on it. Last time
There's sections here and there that's gotten built.
Yeah, so it's
I had to go to Lufkin. When was it? Back in May or something like that. My niece's daughter graduated in the little town called Huntington, but they do the graduation there in Lufkin.
right.
Good night, Harold.
Good night, preacher.
Good night, Harold.
Good night, preacher.
Merry Christmas.
Have a good one out there.
The same thing goes for I-10. That's been under construction forever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that the section of I-10 between 45 going west is now one of the largest highways in the United States. It's like 20 lanes or something.
Yeah, it's massive. It's what I would like to do. It's a fantasy, but it'd be cool to get a Challenger and start over on Jacksonville Beach, get on to 10, and just see how fast I can get over to Los Angeles without getting stopped. And,
when you get in Texas, you can haul ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to show Jim something here. I'm gonna have to wait until I have to restart it, but yeah, I've been here. I've been here. Believe me.
Cranky. Okay. Cranky. I got cats on my hat. Cranky cat wrapping paper. All right. Continue on, Thor's X.
Okay. Just a minute. Gotta wait for this thing to reload. Yeah. I've done that. Been there, done that on this. This is. Come on, man.
Oh, that's a phrase I don't want to hear again ever. Come on, man. I don't.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Oh, Mrs. Tin Man is here. I got the leg lamp, Mrs. Tin Man. Here, let's do this. Oh, I got her turned off right now, but there's a leg lamp. All right.
Here you go, Jim.
Is that the cat purring, Cranky?
Yeah, he's loud as hell.
Yeah, those of you that think that living up here in the Puget Sound is just nothing but sunny days and all kinds of wonderful days when you're out there, this is the fairy rag. This is the ferry ride. Take a look at that.
Oh, that's water. I thought that was fog rolling through.
No, that's on the ferry. That's going to Seattle.
Cool. Well, not if you get capsized.
Seattle Winter Ferry. Yeah, you bet.
I've
I've been there.
I'd be looking for the lifeboats just to make sure where they are. Get in line.
First place I would go after that is to a car wash. I'd make sure and get some fresh water underneath those wheel wells. I would spray the living crap out of that thing, get that salt water off of it, because that is going to keep your car alive.
Yeah, whenever we go to the beach, we hit the car wash. You know, it might be the next day, but for that very reason. Here's the thing that strikes me as a little funny. The hood of my Gladiator is starting to get rust underneath the paint.
Thank you.
I've never had that happen on any of our other Jeeps as far as that goes. But I don't know. I've never had it anywhere near the salt water, anyways.
I hate to say that, when I'm out on the boat and it gets like that, I love it. I'm sorry, man. That sounds like people are like, "Oh man, you're out of your mind." I said, "No, man, I love this. This is great. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Just the power. It's just crazy. I mean, you step on the ferry and you're all nice and solid and everything's all nice and level, and then you get out there and it's like that. I mean, it's like makes you feel pretty small. Oh yeah, you got small. Yeah, I'm telling you what, it's pretty cool. I love it. Yeah, I think it's neat.
Right, Patriot. Right, Paul. Hey, there we go.
Tell you what, you go across the streets. You go across the streets of Juan de Fuca up into Canada, and that's exactly what it's like this year. This time of year, you can't avoid it. You go up to the straits, you're going to be going through that all the way up to Canada. Man, it's just nothing but rollers, man. Yeah.
I'd love to ride one like that. Susan would just have a friggin' heart attack.
Oh, I love it.
She'd go and when we go to the beach, she literally will not. She'll walk up to about her ankles, and that's it. Now I'm out there just body surfing, and people think I'm drowning because I'm like.
Well, like I said, I used to work for the Navy, and when we would do it, we'd go up there to Nanu's or something like that. We get into those rollers and stuff, and here it would be like November, and it was terrible. And these sailors, oh man, these sailors would be puking. They'd be so seasick, and we'd all get together. We'd be eating these greasy sausages, drinking coffee, and smoking cigars and stuff. These guys are just like throwing up. They're just projectile, man, puking. We were mean. We were mean.
Oh my God. All right. Pat is here. That has to be an eggnog. The eggnog.
There you go.
The slug off of the mustache. Is that an eggnog?
That's an eggnog, and this is a bib. And here's a napkin. I'm not going to wreck a shirt this time.
All right. Next trip upstairs, I'm getting an eggnog, and I will be doing a video because I'm sure you don't want to do one on the eggnog clog, and we'll do the safety lesson number 7, Christmas safety lesson, eggnog clog. Yeah.
Yeah. Did it go down the slip? Did you launch it? Did you break the champagne glass on the bow as it was going out? I tell you what, I've been there, man.
Okay.
I know what that's about.
Did Lassie free Timmy from the well?
The champagne bottle, man.
So, yeah, I mean, it took a goddamn long time. 3 doses of this shit, just take a crap, and then clean me out really good and haven't shit since.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the wad cutter. If the wad cutter's in the way, the laxative's not going to help. You got to get the wad cutter and shoot it out of there. And here we are in a Christmas chat talking about this again.
No, but, we're all concerned, Pat. I've been through it, and Jim's been through it. Yeah. I mean, it's just part of getting old, I guess. Your system slows down, and then you're more sensitive to some of the stuff you eat, and it sets up like cement, and and it's no fun. I mean, you expect it to be examined afterward by scientists, and they say, we've tried everything, and there's no known way of blasting through this. This is some hard stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's no fun. Been there.
Yep.
It gives material for safety lesson number 7. So we'll do that one.
Well, like I said, like I brought up, Jim, those old brands, Milk Magnesia, Excedrin, NyQuil, Alka-Seltzer, those are all old brands that come out of the 60s and 70s. And all of
the
them
1800s. For some
They
of that
all
stuff.
work. All of them work. They work. Just plain on simple.
Magnesia's been around a long time.
Yeah, and it works. It works. And
if not, just ask Grandma what the old remedies were.
Castor oil. Yep.
Yeah, some kind of oil, cod liver oil, something.
Yep. Put some lubricant in there and get it going.
I think a bacon wrapped hot dog and a Mexican Coke.
Or Mexican food and Tijuana side stand. Yeah.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Frozen Jose Ole chimichangas. Those pass without a problem.
All right. So,
Do not have a problem.
Pat, since you're here, did man land on the moon, and is the world round? Is the Earth round?
Man landed on the moon, and Buzz Aldrin will punch you in the face if you disagree. And the world is a sphere.
Yep.
And if you want to take 15 minutes of your day to prove it, you can go do it with a stick. So, I mean,
just watch a window. Just have a window with the sun coming through, and just sit there and watch it. You can watch the Earth rotate. The beam of light coming through the window on the floor will change position. Same thing.
oh yeah, you really have to work hard to not believe in the moon landing.
Oh. Leon.
So,
Okay.
my opinion on that is, one of the greatest achievements we ever did, and we really did it, and we only killed 3 people trying. So,
yeah. And a few animals, I think, or did the Russians kill all the animals? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, the Russians are dog killers.
Yeah, they just shot them up in space, and they just left them up there. Food's gonna run out sooner or later.
There's an old story, whether it's true or not. The Russians actually launched a woman in space. They're doing an experiment. It wasn't a one-way trip or anything, but they lost her, and there's supposedly recordings of her that have where they were talking to her. Now, whether it actually happened or not, I don't know. It's one of those interesting, wives' tales.
Another thing that gets me, that one lady, she was really super overweight. She wanted to go ahead and pay for the whole thing to go up and have the Russians take her up there and everything like that. But she had to go on this weight loss program, and it took her a long time. She had to drop a lot of. She was down. So anyway, she finally got small enough to fit in a suit, and they put her in the thing and all that, and they took her up there, and she paid millions and millions and millions. She was very, very wealthy. She's paid all this money on going up in space so she could take her big fat ass face and press it up against the window and look at all the starving people in the world. That makes me sick.
You are full of just grit tonight, Thorax. You're a little cranky all night. Just
No, it just makes me sick that somebody would be that self.
Merry Christmas. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to joy? Where's the joy?
Well, I started things off, and then Scotsman got on, and then he did his thing, and of course, me and Scotsman. I mean, you can't have us on the same show.
We're supposed to have joy and be happy. Make sure the Texans got a whole mile of vacation.
Irish. I only brought up the Irish once about peanut butter flavored whiskey, and it's Irish whiskey. That's the only thing that I said. I didn't want to get him started on the Irish. Yeah, I love Scotsman. He's a great guy. I wish he just lived right up the street, but then again, I wouldn't get any sleep either because he'd be knocking on my door at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, Tin Man's in the side chat. Hey, Tin Man.
And Mrs. Tin Man, and Tin Man is sick right now, but he's not whining. He's
What?
okay.
He's sick?
Oh, he's sick with a fever, something fierce. Yeah.
Did I miss something in the chat?
Hey, he's got kids. You get sick and fevers all the time. They bring it home.
Yeah, you get kids in school, and that's another thing too. I was talking to this lady like last week.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Keep going.
No, back up. It's not important. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying,
No, I was talking to this lady, like a week and a half ago, and she was telling me about how her kids just got over being sick.
I'll be right back. I forgot my
20
hat.
minutes of talking to her, and I was thinking, hey, gee, thanks a lot. And guaranteed, 2 days later, man, I didn't feel good.
A man cold.
cold.
That means he's down in the waiting room working on drywall.
Man cold.
Yeah, the only man cold I know is a hangover. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Brown
brown bottle flu.
Yep, brown bottle flu.
Homeschool or get sick for a third. Yeah. Hey, they're going to bring it home. Hopefully you got immunity to some of it.
I just seen it the other day. Where they were having some sort of conference or something like that in DC, and they had all the big wigs from all the different agencies there. And that one guy, he was a Republican. He brought up about how the Department of Education really needs to be revised and reduced, and their power needs to be taken away, and the states need to take over, and blah blah blah. And he was going on to say that we could save tons of money that's just being thrown away on school programs. And this lady that was Department of Education, she was, one of their, top people, got up and threw a glass of water at him. Right there it's like, do we have to get that childish? Do we have to go there? Get that childish? I mean, why don't you leave your emotions at home, okay? This is a grown-up place making grown-up decisions, and you got to act like a child and throw water at people, and you're one of the head people from the Department of Education. What does that tell me about your organization and how you got promoted there?
There's a lot of that going on.
Well, people,
Get rid of the silliness. 4 years of non-silliness. Let them chatter on the side, whatever. I am so happy for this year. If we can keep them alive for 30 days. Don't even want to talk about that. Now, I'm looking forward to some sanity in the future. So I'm sick of the last 4 years. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. It was disgusting. So on to the new year, people. I can't wait for New Year's. Yes.
glass is half full. Let's look at it that way.
Mine is full right now because it couldn't get any more emptier.
Yeah.
It couldn't get any worse. Well, it could, but yeah, that's bad.
Like I said, when the cost of living goes up and then they raise taxes on everybody, that equals poverty. And what they're telling you is that, well, on top of it, we're gonna ruin your life. We're gonna take away your ability to buy the things that you need or want. So you can't go out and you can't pursue your pursuit of happiness. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They ruin your life.
Camera off. What is my camera off?
It's been off for like last hour and a half.
Yeah, you've been dark screened.
Wait, is it really? I can see.
I can see
me. No, you guys are messing with me right now. No. Oh my gosh!
I see a little house in the background and a drone on the right side.
Okay, so he sees it, but thank you, Mrs. Tin Man. I have no idea why it'd be down. Battery died while I was out there, but what is my All right, hang on, hold it up there, 6-shooter Texan. What the hell is going on? Do I got to reboot? Okay,
Dude, no, you're fine on my screen.
Yeah, some screens are seeing it, some are not. So I'll all right, I'll remember.
Wow, that was fast.
Wow.
Wow. Now,
What?
yeah, that fixed everything.
There you are.
There he is.
What? Are we back?
You're back.
You're back.
Mrs. No,
Yeah.
I got to lose.
Now you're black on my screen.
Now, Mrs. Tin Man, am I back?
But you're black over here.
Yeah, but people are saying I'm back. I didn't know I was
Oh,
gone.
you were black. You were black here, and then all of a sudden you went
Now
off
you're
and came back
gone
on. Now
here.
you're back on.
You were fine before, but now you're gone.
No, you guys are messing with me. Everyone says I'm back.
No, I'm not
You
messing with
bastard. You bastard. Thank
Jim,
you,
I'm
Mr.
telling you
Tin
the
Man.
truth. You were gone, and now you're back.
That's bull crap. I was here the whole time.
I think Cranky's messing with you.
I think everyone's messing with me.
I would never mess with Uncle Jim ever.
The more I grow with my
He was
internet.
gone.
No,
He was gone.
you guys, you're bad. No bad. Bad.
And you know what? With that,
Now
I think I'm going to jump.
I'm definitely gonna fill up an eggnog now and get blocked out and go through the
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody that I don't, get in touch with. But I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off now and lay down with my heat pad for a little bit. But I'll stay around in the side chat. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off, Jim, and I'll catch you guys later. And a Merry Christmas to everybody, and Merry Christmas to you, Jim. Are you going to have a chat before Christmas?
I might. Hey, if I'm not doing nothing Christmas Eve at night, I might do one late at night. I don't know. Maybe we got limited.
Well, people forget, Paul Harrell, of all guys, he used to know that there were some people that live alone, or maybe they're kind of antisocial or whatever. And during Thanksgiving, he'd have a show that was like 3 or 4 hours long. So there's a lot of people out there that can use that during the holiday. So that's great. It's fantastic. So I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Okay. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Dave.
Merry Christmas.
Take care, Thors. Take care, Thorsax. Merry Christmas.
Are you going to
Thanks for
say
coming.
something, Pat?
Yeah, you got to go listen to the Vandals Christmas album, especially "Hang Myself from the Tree" and "I Want a Gun for Christmas."
You know what? We're cut from the same cloth, you and me. You and me would have got along real good back in the 80s. Oh yeah, big time. Yep. I'll catch you later.
Take it easy, Dave.
Yep.
All right, Pat. I knew you had a hat. You came on without one, but I knew you had a hat of some kind.
I didn't put it on when I came back here. I'm sorry.
Well, I thought you lost it in packing or something, but
Well, no, I did have a little bit of emergency because I got these antlers just for this.
Yeah.
and my fucking head's too big. They don't fit.
Yeah, but that's what duct tape is for.
Yeah.
Cranky, what do you think? Yeah, he's representing. All right. Yeah, Cranky. All right. I'm glad you guys came on. It's fun. You know, it's tradition. I think we started this like what, 7 years ago. I tried to go back to the early chats. I can't really figure out how many years we started doing the hat chats on Christmas, but they're epic.
What was
No
my
eggnog.
first next?
Just
No
finished
eggnog
this one,
year.
Uncle Jim.
Oh, let me close up on you. Whoa, wait a minute. That's like a baffle. Oh, that is that's a baffle. Oh my gosh. That better go on a pellet gun. Oh, wait a minute. Do you know what that reminds me of? No Country for Old Men. The Shotgun. One of my favorite movies of all time. As a matter of fact, I watched it recently and I was like, the acting, everything is so good in this movie. And it was a low budget movie. Remington 1100. It almost that outer can looks like that. Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, so is that legal now?
Wait, that looks like it might be a registered outer can there.
Wish they would show up better.
Yeah, pull it
That's
back
okay.
a
We
little bit.
want to show people that anyway. Yeah.
Or air gun use only.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. All right. I was thinking No Country for Old Man because that movie was awesome. The Shotgun, it's a classic. So that's what the outer tube reminds me of. And yeah, I would like to put a can on ours, but I don't know the rules nowadays. You know, as long as it doesn't fit on a regular pistol or rifle, it's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Can't you file to make your own?
Yes, it's $200 tax stamp.
So you still have the tax, but you can file for that, and then are you allowed to make it, or can you make it first and then file for it?
No, you're supposed to file the papers first.
Yeah, you have to have all the specifications done first, and if you change it, you're in trouble.
Right. Okay.
You got to stick with the rules, but hopefully, I'm hoping in the future here, they're going to eliminate that so we can make our own. And then we can go crazy and do like 6-shooter Texan right now has 3D printed baffles. That would be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, 22s, whatever. It'd be so fun. When they get eroded, just change them. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
boy, it reminds me when I was a kid. It was wadded up paper towels.
Pop bottle taped to the barrel.
Yeah. Actually, a Tupperware.
Yeah,
we used the Tupperware glasses, just like this.
I got to print out a spacer, and I'll be done with it. I'm gonna paint it one day this week.
Well, 6-shooter Texan, you might know this. Pellet gun with a big liter bottle taped to the end of it is quiet as hell. Don't ask me how I know, but it's quiet.
Oh yeah.
It's amazingly quiet. Not that I know. I have no idea.
We'll give it a try sometime next week.
Yeah, do a video on that. That'd be awesome. And your baffles look just like my Octane. You walked away. Your baffles look just like my Octane 9 and 45s, except for they don't have a little cut. All right. Did you hear me or did you walk away?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. The only difference okay, on the baffles is the very top of, you know how you have a cone out each end? Okay, the very top has a little round cutout on the top edge, and you line them up. And for some reason, that even makes it better. So you might want to take your Dremel tool out and just do a little cup on the top of each of the tip of the cones. That's what my cans look like inside. I can go pull one apart for you right now, but
No.
that little extra,
Air guns don't need it quite as much as a firearm does.
yeah, but that little cut makes some kind of extra gas held up in the can.
I'm sure it makes it move around.
Yeah, but it's just a simple half circle on each one. Very interesting. Interesting. I would love to have the law changed, thin the ATF. Hopefully we'll get this done with Dodge. Thin the ATF, CIA, all FBI, all those guys, and hopefully we can make our own cans someday. And if we can 3D print them, we could throw them away every couple months. It doesn't matter. Save the tube and throw away the guts.
The Patriot Ball saying that they make them with full barrel spreads. Hell, I've got 4 or 5 of them like that.
Yeah, but you can, yeah,
I've been making them like that for years.
Yeah, but if the law changed, we could all buy the tubes and just 3D print the guts and chuck them instead of clean them. You don't have to clean them; just chuck them and replace them. That'd be so awesome. I'm looking forward to that before I croak.
Let me ask you this about 3D printing. The how far advanced are we getting with metal 3D printing as far as the home consumer?
Expensive.
It's a little expensive right now, but
yeah,
I don't know how many home style or home equivalent type ones do metal right now.
Right. No, I mean there's prototypes and it's in the pipeline then though, right?
All right. So I don't think it's going to get much cheaper because right now you can, send an STL file out to the Chinese and they'll, ship you one, whatever you want.
Yep.
They'll print it out for you and prep it and sand it and throw in a box.
Most people don't realize that those types of printers are totally different than you see.
Yeah.
Us using with a plastic filament going around. These are like a layer of what do you call it? Little beads, I guess you could say. Okay. And like a laser comes across it and hits it where it's supposed to melt it and melts it together, puts another layer on and slowly builds it up.
Okay.
Yeah, for the homeowner, I'm thinking 10 years before we can even attempt to do pot metal. At a cheap price for $300 on a printer. A $300 printer.
Right.
It's 10 years technology, and then it'll be good. But
just in a few years, I've had one. They've advanced so much.
Yeah, but for metal, for doing solid steel, like the big companies are doing the cans with now, that stuff is super expensive. And I'm thinking 10 years before we could do it in the basement.
Well, even like
at that quality.
At our work, we one of the companies we deal with has something like that, but they wanted us to do something, and so they set us up with an oven because once it comes out of the 3D printer, it has to go into an oven and be annealed.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a while for quality steel like the high-end companies are doing right now. Some manufacturers of suppressors are doing a 3D printed, but that is thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh, right. They're doing Inconel instead of steel on that. So
and also cobalt.
They do all kinds of metals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can never burn one of those out. It's a lifetime suppressor, full auto. Put more ammo through it than you can afford, and it'll be fine.
But their equipment is a giant machine, just like computers used to be before we got them in our house. You know how
Yeah.
a computer was huge, and then you got one in the house and it was huge? That's what we're going through. I'm thinking 10 years before we could get the quality these guys are doing.
Well, just like I said, when I got my printer, there wasn't much, but now you got, 4 or 5 years later, you've got the ones like your son's got over there, that bamboo. It's got multiple colors set up on it, and it prints whatever you tell it to do.
Yeah, and he taped a piece of paper on the front so I can't see what he's doing. I think I'm getting 3D printed for Christmas. It's hilarious. But yeah,
I
that's
seen one printing the other day is it was like a snowman or something. I can't remember, maybe it was Santa Claus. It's got red, and then when it gets to where it needs to be white, it would print white, and it just keeps switching back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully he does me a multi-camo lower. I'm hoping he does. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what anyway, he's got it shielded off so I can't see what's going on. It's right next to me right now. Kyle should be here soon. I'm gonna go make an eggnog. So you guys just keep chatting here. I'm glad you guys are here. I love all you guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, 25,000 in 10 years. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. We do the gun thing. We might spend $25,000, $50,000, $60,000 in our lifetime. You build one race engine for just a hobbyist, $25,000 for somebody like Andy building a drag car. That's no big deal even today. Yeah.
Yeah, but what Andy's got or has is nothing compared to what they've got out there now.
Oh yeah, no, I imagine. Yeah, just so yeah. I mean, somebody doing, there'll be always that one person. Yeah, I need to have one of these no matter what. And
the motors that they build now, especially those LS engines, they're just crazy. How much power they can put out of those stupid little motors.
The a friend of ours, Susan and I, she bought a car here about 3 weeks ago. Now we helped her do it. I've talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, she got a Charger, or I'm sorry, a Challenger.
Yeah.
The payments were only going to be like $850 a month, but her friggin' car insurance was going to be $650 a month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, damn. Yeah. So,
when you buy that kind of car, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, it just so she wound up not actually getting it. She got a Mustang instead, but only a 4-cylinder, which she's happy with that. So personally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, the truck I bought, which is now 3 years old, it's got the smallest motor I've ever owned in it, even smaller than the little Nissan truck I owned one time.
Right.
And it's got more horsepower than any of them I've ever had.
The Gladiator just has that, well, I think 3.9, 3.6, Dodge Jeep engine that they've been using everything for the last 2 decades. So
this one's got a 2.7, I think, in it. Little V6
and
Ford.
So
I think it puts out over 300 horsepower.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
So back when I was a kid, we didn't have that kind of money. So we'd go to pick a part. You get the high mileage, like 305 for $100, and then nitrous the shit out of it until it blew up. Then go get another one. We wouldn't do anything to it except just gas it up.
Mm, mm. All right, it's time to slug some nog, spiced rum, and eggnog. Heavy dose on the rum. Let's see. We have Jag is here. Jag 1 is here. Okay, I didn't get the deep mustache in there like Pat, but it's good enough. Holy crap, that tastes good. I'll regret it tomorrow, Pat. We know. It's a clogger. All right. I don't know if it's the nutmeg or the nog that makes you constipated, but we'll find out. That'll be safety lesson number 7. All right.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, it might be the nog.
The nog or the nutmeg that makes you, I don't know. So this time I'm doing it without a nutmeg, and we'll find out. Next time we have to do the deed. All right. Where is Kyle? He should be home. He's off the rickshaw.
Yeah, Paul. It was cast iron cranks and 2-bolt main caps.
Oh, yeah.
Run them till they go through the pan.
You guys talking engines?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right. What's your favorite engine?
Well, I got 300,000 miles on the LS L76 that was in the G8 before it dropped a valve seat. So it's got an LS3 in it now. And then my LS3 on the 2017 SS, it blew a lifter at about 80,000 miles. So I need to cancel a set of lifters. But
it could have been a fluke. Could have been a fluke.
No, it's common. It's one of those. Yeah, when you hear it, it's, oh shit, you know what it is, and it's too late. So yeah, you gotta. The bastards make you pull the heads to change the lifters on the LS, so it turns into a big ass job. But I love them when they're running and not making noise. They start up every time, haul ass, don't weigh anything, get good gas mileage. Love LSs. Now before that, no, I built a 350 for my El Camino one time that was just really nice. Till a buddy of mine's girlfriend kept driving it until it caught fire when the thermostat stuck.
Yeah, the 350s are pretty much the bread and butter, bulletproof, cheap engine. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I used to like the 327s. I built a couple of those, but the 350 is just, it's fine. A little extra stroke, there's a little RPM on the top. But yeah, 350s are great. The old ones.
Yeah. Okay. What about you other guys? What's your favorite engines? To start with, I don't believe I've ever blown an engine. I always sold the car first, so I never blew the engine up.
I'm always fascinated with the flathead Fords.
Really?
Yeah.
Old school. The flathead. Oh wow. Really?
If
They were the moonshine engine back then. So that was the moonshine engine.
I don't have one, but I guess you could say the Subaru Boxer.
Oh,
Yeah,
Frank,
yeah,
my
but
little woman made so much money on Subaru Boxers.
yeah, the boxers have issues. There was something to do with oh, what was it that crapped out on those things?
Head gaskets.
Head gas. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, too much boost and too many crazy guys driving a wide open throttle hot.
Oh my God! I got a fully charged battery. I can go out in the garage and have a smoke. Hell yeah!
if you let it have enough air and if you let it have enough fuel, the Redhead N14 500 horsepower Cummins would just rape anything and everything out there. You can cram your cats up your ass. You can cram your Detroit diesels up your ass.
You had to go there with the cats. You had to go there with the cats.
And you let that big old redhead do its thing. You'll get good fuel mileage, and you'll bend light.
Yeah, my son loves the Cummins. Yeah.
Now, as far as gasoline engines go, I've never actually had a Hemi, so I mean, theoretically, I like one of the big Hemis, or else a Chevy 350 small block. When the motor and the Jeeps, if they ever blow, we'll just get a crate engine, do a 350 conversion over, and use that. Do that.
I've always liked a little Chevy 283 and then the Ford 289, but I never had a car over 300,000 miles on them. I sold them first, so I don't know, but I liked them for their weight and everything. They're not race car engines, but
Well, it depends what you put them in.
Yeah, they could be if you beef them up, but then they burn out faster.
I had a 63 Nova. The thing weighed, I don't know, 2,200 pounds without a motor in it. And a little 283. Yeah. That thing was dangerous. And,
yeah. I had a Mustang with 283 lower with 302 heads on it, and it was pretty fast. I don't know who did what to the engine. I just bought it that way. 68 Mustang. I just love engines without computers. I would rather just, mess with the distributor than anything else. Now everything's computer. Yeah, however, they get like 3 times more horsepower now.
Oh yeah.
My
the little 2.7 I got in that truck puts out more horsepower than any other vehicle I've ever owned.
Yeah. So that's the beauty of computers and fuel injection and all that. Yeah. You got to love that.
My question for Kyle is, when he's doing those end frames, are they at 500,000 or 1.5 million miles?
Well, hopefully Kyle comes on here. He's off the rickshaw. He's got to get the post hat on and get on here. Maybe he needs a link. Oh my gosh. Let's put a link here just in case. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are here. Cranky's got a great backdrop. His fun day at the range. West Covina Dodge did find a hat. I was worried about that, but he's got the perfect hat there with the snowman represented.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun. That's what it's all about. Just chatting. And maybe we do one before Christmas. I don't know. I've been really busy, but now it's slowing down. Everything's kind of, getting done.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas, Eve, you think? Like later?
Yeah, like I don't have anything going on Christmas
I
Eve.
mean, some people open a few presents on Christmas Eve and then they're done. So yeah, let's do. All right, let's do Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Whether yeah. Okay, let's do that. StreamYard charged me another year, so what the hell? I can do it. I want to do what Pat says. Just leave it live in the backyard and just let it run because there's unlimited,
Yeah. Yeah. Throw some beer feed out there.
Now, Kyle's saying 800 to 1 million is the average. So 1 million's not bad. 800,000 is a little disappointing. So
a lot of modern cars, man, they go forever on the same engine without nothing. The Hondas, the Toyotas, they just run forever. So they're not American, but my son and wife has Hondas, and they need nothing. They don't even rust out in salt.
Kyle, there's actually been a big recall. I don't know if you left PACCAR when this started. There's a big recall on the valves for the new PACCAR motor. They're so far behind trying to get in and get it done. It's been a pain in the butt. So my truck's been recalled like 3 different times. It only has 125,000 miles on it.
What is this, a 18-wheeler or
Yeah, I drive a Kenworth and it has the standard PACCAR engine in it. I'm not sure what I'm so disgusted with. I couldn't tell you the model number. I couldn't tell you how many horsepower it has because it has absolutely none. And stuff. But we had they've been having some minor issues with them. They've been having some major issues with them. So, but yeah, I haven't had any CAN problems with my newest one. But yeah, my company runs the truck so cut back in some theory that they're saving fuel and they're not. They have hardly any torque. They have hardly, they keep them
Not watching.
at 60, now about 64 and a half miles an hour. The tires are starting to get a little bit of wear on them. So.
Oh, you better quit messing up this.
All right, I'm gonna call it a night. Have a good
Merry
one.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Watching
You just
you.
do it.
Merry Christmas. I will, I'll be on Christmas Eve with Jim. If you ever chat, I'll be on.
All right. Merry Christmas, Cranky.
Hey, we love you. We love you, Cranky, and thanks for coming on. I know your back's. Hey, how's your back doing?
It's hurting. I go for an injection, but not until January 13th.
Oh,
So I'm kind of like just, popping the Percocets and riding it out. So.
all right. Good luck with that, Cranky, and I really appreciate you coming on. I know you're hurting.
All right. Have a good one, guy.
Y'all gotta love Cranky. Good night, Cranky. And we have Kyle coming on.
Kyle coming in.
Are you sure?
Buddy of mine just tuned his big ass Dodge Ram with the big Cummins in it. He says he's picked up all kind of power and all kind of fuel mileage.
The original Hat Chat hat.
The original Pope hat.
Yes,
With
it
the-
is.
With the old food prices on there.
What you were saying about those PACCAR engines? Those things were junk.
And the sad thing is, it's my understanding out of Europe, the engines were supposed to have, like a tremendously high fuel mileage. But after they started slapping all the emission controls and this control and all that stuff on it, that brought it down from being, running loaded at 8, 9, 10 miles an hour, down to 6.5. So the only reason my truck shows good fuel mileage is half the time I did head back to Jacksonville from wherever I deliver at. Get back to the tank wash and get my next load.
Do you have one of those the new 12-speed automated transmissions?
Yeah, it's the no, wait a minute. It's a 10-speed. I'm sorry. It's a 10-speed. And once I get to Pinehurst, Georgia on 75, you get mile marker 127, you start up there's a little hill there, and when the truck kicks down to 9th gear, I just lock it in there and I literally ride it in 9th gear all the way up to Atlanta, because if I leave it in 10th gear, my average road speed would be like 45 miles an hour, because it'd be shifting up and down all the time, and 10th gear has absolutely no guts at all.
No, it's made for out west.
Well, not this truck. I mean, they got governed at 65, and like I said, they have. When I get like West Virginia, and I'm climbing like the West Virginia Turnpike, which is I-77. And there's not 100 yards of flat road on that entire stretch of highway. I'm probably going up those hills. If I'm doing 30 miles an hour, I'm lucky. They have them cut back so bad. So, and then the poor bastards and the Volvos and the Macs are even worse off. My company does a lot of good things. The way they set the trucks up are not.
Well, what a lot of companies are doing is they're totally just demoing trucks for mileage. And when they do that, that's why they're ruining those engines. The trucks can't breathe,
Right.
And it's extremely hard on the engines. And I was talking with the owner of one of the companies that I worked at, and he said, well, you don't understand. If I just saved 0.2, if I increased 0.2 of a mile per gallon across the fleet, I saved $40,000 a month in fuel. I was like, good God, but you're killing these motors. He says, I don't give a damn. I can buy a lot of motors for $40,000.
Right. And I think with our company, it's more just, you got these old timers in there. I mean, it's really hard to get fired from this company. I mean, if you're in management, about the only way you're going to get fired is if you go in the boss's office and you set it on fire or something. There's some old timers there that think, oh, your trucks are going 65 miles an hour. You should be lucky. I used to drive across country at 50. Shit like that.
Hey, don't miss them.
I had that N14 Cummins.
Right in.
I had an Volvo. I used to, just everywhere I drove 75, 80 miles an hour, and as long as I didn't idle it, my average fuel mileage was about 6.5 to 7 miles to the gallon. This new PACCAR engine, 20 years old, newer, supposed to be set up and, the greatest gee whiz engine out there. I get 6.5 to 7 miles to the gallon. Then when I did head back, I get 10. So, that old Cummins of mine that was wide open would get about 9 or 10 also. depending on what part of the country.
Right.
Y'all see that train hit that truck out in Pecos?
Oh God, that was terrible.
Yeah, and Vanessa talks about her brother's brand new Peterbilt having issues with the truck going into neutral. Yeah, they're designed to do that now. Yeah, first thing you were taught in truck driving school when you're going down the hill, do not go and do not put in neutral, do not push in the clutch or whatever. Now it's standard operating procedure.
We
I'm
had
gonna go get a beer. I'll be right there.
he stopped at the safety point on top of my Eagle, the big checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So he's driving his truck, and he gets started, he just pushes in the clutch. Well, at the bottom of the hill, he's running about 75 miles an hour when it straightens out.
Yeah.
And he just lets the clutch out. And he was still in low range.
Yeah.
And that grenaded in the transmission and both drive lines.
Was he in a conventional or was he in a cab over?
No, it was a conventional. It was an
Lucky for them.
older Freightliner.
Okay, Ricky, what happened with the train? Did he cross the little gate there, or what? What happened? I didn't see that.
You didn't see it?
No.
There was a big semi pulling some kind of big vessel.
Yeah.
Stuck on the track.
Oh, he got stuck before
and nobody called the railroad people to tell them, hey. And that train came through there. He had to be doing 70 to 80 miles an hour.
Was the
It
driver
cut through that, whatever he was hauling like butter?
Was
apparently the two engineers or engineer conductor were killed.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that was a hell of a train wreck.
Wow.
Yeah, and then,
he derailed the whole damn train.
And they had been stuck there for over an hour, and like Six says, nobody called. The cops were there. I mean, it was an escorted load. The cops were there, the escorts was there, the driver was there, but nobody called the railroad itself. They were doing everything through 911, and 911 had their fingers up their nose apparently. And it'd been over an hour that he was stuck there. So
wow, an hour.
I seen a video where somebody was saying it's the damn say the people that was there, maybe the cops, whoever, fault, because on every railroad sign there's a little sign that says call if this emergency,
Yeah.
And nobody evidently called.
Okay, did the trucker have his cargo in the middle, or did he get?
Yeah,
hit?
it was the cargo. It was a big pipe vessel, like they would use in
Okay.
Yeah. He was pulling
plant.
He was pulling some kind of it was a low boy, and it was very low. Sometimes they only have maybe that much clearance, and he high ended over the tracks. So
did the trucker live?
As far as I know, it was just the
he was out of the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was funny is it destroyed the trailer and the cargo, and derailed the entire train. And this was a long train. It turned into like 100-yard just pile of steel. And once the train finally came to a stop, the truck was still just sitting there.
Well,
didn't even knock the truck over. It totally severed it from the trailer, and the truck's just sitting there. He probably drove the truck away.
Usually, what happens is if the truck is far enough away, like it was in this situation, it pops the kingpin out of the fifth wheel, which is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And so it either sheared the kingpin or it popped it out. And like Kyle said, he probably drove it away. There's one from a few weeks ago, an artillery piece, same situation. Guy gets, pulled pulling a low boy, and he has a cannon on, a big track cannon, and he gets hung up on the tracks, and of course everybody calls the dispatchers, and he got nailed and destroyed the truck, the trailer, the gun, and the train. So
Oh, wow.
if you want to have fun, go ahead and pull up this one channel called Bonehead Truckers, and there's just all kinds of ignorant stuff on there. So
Yeah, I'll have to check that on, see if there's video on that. It's too bad about the drivers of the train. You would think the train would have more buffer for this kind of thing. Something on the front of it.
It don't matter once you
well,
take that big heavy locomotive and turn it on its side.
Yeah, when you got 80,000 pounds or 80,000 tons rolling at 80 miles an hour, it doesn't make a hell what you got on the front of that train. It's gonna go where it's gonna go. You ain't stopping.
Yeah,
Now,
yep.
if you see the videos where trains just go through like regular box trailers, it doesn't even do anything to the trains. That the trains just plow through them like they're
Yeah, it's same with the cars that are impatient and get stuck in the middle. Yeah, it just takes,
exactly.
but they need like a cow catcher for at least the smaller stuff.
Yeah,
just chuck it to the side. Yeah, I don't know. I'd hate to be a train driver. I don't even trust the tracks. I mean, how old are they? Are they maintenanced? I don't know if I trust tracks anymore. A lot of tracks are old.
Well, they're. Let's see. I can't. On the Facebook page for Bonehead Truckers, they had the railroad company, Sino CSX, put up a thing saying something about how the driver should have known. And the thing is, sometimes what people don't realize is that driver might not have been a local driver. He may have been, he may have been from New York. He may have been from California. He gets assigned to pick up this load at this plant. He shows up there. They pick it up. He has his route information, tells them what roads to take, where to take, what he's permitted for. He has his escorts, and he had cops with him and stuff. And so there comes a point where you just hope that that's not a train. The train wants to even damage the train. Yeah. And then but yeah, so there's a lot of finger pointing going on. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. But I'm looking to see if there's anything on Bonehead.
Well, I'll have to look for that one. Didn't even hear about it.
Oh, did y'all hear who passed away today?
Who's that?
The baseball player, Ricky Henderson.
I don't know who. I haven't followed baseball forever.
Well, he was only 65. He had something like 14,800 stolen bases in his career.
Wow.
I mean, he was a baseball legend, and he was only 65.
Yeah. How old was he, and what did he die of?
65, and they haven't released what he died of yet.
65.
He died yesterday.
Well, 65. Don't say that.
You asked.
Well, geez. And he probably didn't smoke either. All right.
He's probably got his COVID shot.
Right? And from what I hear, he was still playing baseball, just in a older person's league. You know, he's not a pro anymore. He's retired. He's in the Hall of Fame and all this stuff. But he loved the game so much, he was still playing at 65 years old. Maybe that's why they hadn't released the cause of death. Maybe he did get the shot and had sudden heart failure or something.
Oh, that never has happened. Haven't you listened to the news and listened to the government tell you that that's just propaganda put out by Russian bots?
First thing, I don't listen to the news. And second thing, I'll be damned if I'm going to trust anything the government tells me.
I'll be back in just a moment, gentlemen.
So, Kyle, how was work? I bet it's busy around Christmas time.
Oh, my God. And my normal day, I usually have Tuesdays off. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, which ain't bad. I said, cool. I won't have to work Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. I'm off. And the guy I work with a lot, he goes, okay, do you got your resume typed up yet? Because if you're not here on Christmas Eve, you don't have a job anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure it was busy. And it's going to get busier before Christmas.
Well, yeah.
I think, let's see, last Christmas Eve, I do believe, if my memory serves me correctly, just on Christmas Eve, we did like $23,000 in one day.
Wow.
And that's a lot of damn liquor going out the door.
And what do we got? 3 or 4 days left?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
All of our normal customers are like, so what time are y'all closing Christmas Day? And the correct answer to that is 11:30 on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
It's against our state law to be open on Christmas Day.
Okay, appropriate. Get your liquor early, yeah.
For Thanksgiving, everybody was like, what time y'all open tomorrow? This was on that Wednesday. We don't. So I just automatically turn around and grab double what they just got. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
So do you have to work Christmas Eve?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, crap.
But I get Christmas Day and that Thursday off. Same thing with New Year's. So I just got 2 jacked up weeks, but I get 2 days off in a row. I ain't going to know what to do.
Video. All right. Do video. Hopefully 6-shooter Texan's going to pump out some with his nice vacation.
I'm going to go to the range, try to go Monday, shoot that 44, zero in that new scope.
Yeah. And that's a rifle scope, isn't it?
No.
Oh, so that was a pistol scope with parallax?
Mm-hmm.
As long as it, wow, okay. I was wondering what it was. Okay.
No, it's a regular pistol scope.
So it's got the parallax and what was it? 2.5 power? What?
2.5 to 7.
Yeah. Oh, to 7.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That'll
be same one I've got on that XP100. Do what?
You say you've got this on a 44?
Yeah, on my contender barrel, 44.
I didn't. I thought you put. I thought the size of it. I thought you put a rifle scope.
Oh, that's a Burris scope. That's it's the same one I got on my XP100. It's never failed me.
Yeah, I have a 3 to 9, 3 to whatever it was. Hey, boy, that I was going to send you, but you declined. Pistol scope with variable. So I put it on the 300 blackout.
Who makes a good pistol scope?
If you want to spend money, go to Burris.
Or Leopold. Yeah, if you want to spend a lot of
Leopold, I think, still sells one, but that's about it.
yeah.
Last time I checked, they just had this. I think it was it might have been a 1-7, but it looked like the same damn one I bought 25 years ago for my last contender. Yeah, and just like Leopold just been feeling their morals for the last 20 years, as far as I'm concerned.
I
Yeah,
think
part of me wants to put a scope on my Red Hawk.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but the problem is it's not tapped for the scope mounts.
That's a pain in the ass.
Patriot Paul, I got a hold of that one because somebody stuck it up there as buy now at a good price, $225. Day before yesterday, saw another person that put the exact same scope on there for the exact same price, but I couldn't afford to buy another one right now. So.
You know what, Kyle? This gives you this means you only have one choice. You have to go buy a Super Red Hawk with a set of already has a set of rings that come right with it, and then I'll.
Well, I could have got a Red Hawk with it already drilled and tapped, but I thought, no, this is a 44 Magnum. I don't need a damn scope. And now I'm like, damn, I wish I'd have went ahead and got that model.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they got a thick top strap, so you can tap them all you want.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take it to somebody that has a milling machine to do it.
Yeah, they got a thick top strap. It's not like Smith & Wesson 44, so you got lots of threading.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't go with the Super Red Hawk is because the old Red Hawk, or was it either the Super or the Black Hawk? The original Red Hawk had a thicker top strap.
Red Hawks have a thick top strap. We have 3 of them.
Yeah, I never had the Red Hawk. I did have a Super Red Hawk, and it went out on a trade.
No.
I want to have all 4 of the Smith end frames, and then maybe I'll start playing around with.
You get over.
Yeah, so Ricky, I assumed it was. I didn't think it was a pistol scope, so that's awesome.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's pistol scope.
Because I was wondering, you better stay away from your face when you're shooting that if it's a rifle scope.
Yeah.
They're great. They're fine for 22 and stuff like that on a contender, but yeah, you want eye relief on the big boys. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've shot them before. I've had a rifle scope on my 32 and my 22 before, but I just don't like shooting it like that.
It's so close. Yeah, I have a rifle on the 22 right now. Yeah.
I want to shoot it like it's a pistol, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. Hopefully it works out good. And the parallax is
leaving
Pat. Yeah.
I'm hopping off, guys. I got a set of warm boobies calling to me right now, and
oh, geez.
So I may be back, but probably not. So you guys have a good night.
Congratulations.
Thanks for the attention.
Enjoy the heat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been hot out here lately, to be honest with you. It was 78 yesterday.
Well, I'm enjoying an electric blanket, let alone warm boobage. So okay, all right.
All right. Guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Pat.
All right. Good night, Pat. Love you.
And there's on eBay, man. I keep a search for Burris pistol scopes, and they're constantly popping up new ones on there.
Also, search for Japanese glass, the old Tascos.
Yep.
Anything old Japanese glass pistol scope's going to be good. A lot of times you're not going to get the power, but 2.5 power, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
really all you really need.
They had
now.
a- They had a Simmons on there with Japanese glass in it the other day. It was I want to say 7-power, but it also had the AO on it. So
Wow, I didn't think Simmons went back that far. Usually it's old Tapco Jap glass. I have an old Tapco Red Dot that is awesome, and that's Japanese. Totally different than the Chinese stuff. Yeah, I would look for old Jap glass. Is it okay to say Jap nowadays or Japanese? I like Jap. It's quicker, it's faster. All right. Sorry, Japs. All right. Japs love America. They love Trump. Japanese get it. That guy just put like $1 billion in a bank here. So yeah, they love Trump. I love the Japs now after World War II. They straightened out. Everything was good. So I love Japs. Yeah.
I thought it was 100 billion, Jim.
100 billion, and then Trump said, "Let's double it." So
Yeah, make it 200.
Yeah, he's always pushing it. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. No, I like the Japanese culture and everything after World War II. After the dictator and all that. They're just fine with me nowadays. I love the Japanese people. Nowadays, after World War II. All right.
Did you see where the FAA director resigned?
Oh, there's all kinds of crap going on. Yeah. Just give me a month. Let's get this over with, okay?
Right.
Keep Trump alive for a month, all right? Get him in there. I can't wait to see how they thin the herd. They're going to thin the herd, and hopefully they throw it to the deficit instead of wasting it.
I saw something interesting. And of course, the guy says this is all just my opinion, but he's done a little bit of research and everything. He said, I think since nobody's seen or heard or talked to Biden in so long, since like the week of the election, nobody's seen him. Nobody's talked to him. He says, I think he's passed away, and the Democratic Party is not announcing it because they don't want Kamala Harris to be the president for 1 minute, much less 1 month.
I don't think he's dead. I mean, he was on last week, wasn't he? Wasn't he out there?
I'm not exactly convinced that that's still him.
Well, that's true too.
They've been making that accusation about body doubles for at least a year now. So
Yeah. Does he have attached earlobes or don't he?
Right. Well, I didn't know that it went that deep, but yes. But a lot of people were saying the height difference between him. So, yeah, certain times is he's taller than his wife. Than
Yeah.
the
And the
amount
wrinkles in his forehead don't always match.
right. So
His nose is not the same from day to day. There's way too many coinky dinks in there.
Who are you guys talking about? I think my internet slowed down. I was getting blips and jag. Are
Talking
we
about body doubles and stuff for Biden.
anyway? I can't wait to see that puppet gone and Kamala. Oh my gosh, she wants to run for California. Oh my God, are you crazy, people?
I don't think those people out there are that stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah, they just go by faces. They don't go by what they do. Hey, son, how you doing, bud? All right. Yeah, they just go by faces.
I saw this clip. It was a Tim Waltz rally or something, and he said, when the going gets tough, Kamala does what she's always done. She puts her head down and gets to work.
Shush. All right. Bad, Kyle. Bad.
Well, I didn't say it.
They didn't earn. They didn't earn. None of them earned. It's all about faces. So anyway, hopefully we earn in the future here, get things done, thin the herd, drill baby drill, economy, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking forward to that because we're living off of investments. So yeah. And I tell you what, we got tattooed the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Where the previous 4 was like, oh yeah, baby. So hopefully we're back to oh yeah, baby. We'll see. Right now we're on a leash, but hopefully the leash will be.
My retirement actually didn't do all that horrible.
Huh?
I was just saying that my retirement funds haven't been doing half bad these last 4 years. You know, I mean, there's no major drops, but the amount of money I was being able to contribute into them was a lot lower than what it was when President Trump was still in office.
Well, I don't know what retirement you're talking about, but with Trump, we were making good money, and with Biden, we lost money. And now it's looking up again. Everyone knows what's coming, so it's starting to get better.
Mm-hmm. Well, as soon as the election was over, freight picked up for us. You know, some of our regular customers that was maybe taking 1 or 2 loads a week, all of a sudden we're doing 3. Yeah, stuff like that. So
I'm just talking investments, stock market, and everything.
Well, but then that trickles down into these individual companies pay into their dividends, and that goes into your fund as dividends. Yeah, assuming what kind of fund you have.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We cover most of the different spread it out type deal, and Biden sucked compared to Trump. So I'm hoping we can get on the bandwagon again. Biden was terrible, and we had one broker tell us that politics has nothing to do with it. Oh yeah. Yeah, you bastard, get rid of that guy because he was wrong.
Yep.
He was totally wrong.
Okay, yeah, the last 3 years for the fund I'm in, it grew a total of 1.6, but in the last year, and I bet you it's especially this last quarter, it's grown 12.4%.
The very end's going to grow because they know Trump's in office.
Right. So now the 5-year, over the last 5 years, so this will be the tail end of the Trump administration. The course of the last 5 years, it was 4.5%. But just like I said, the 3-year average, which would have been Joe Biden, 1.6%. So, so hopefully we'll start seeing these numbers really start to pick up again.
Yeah, all I know is we went from this to that, and now it's going back up. And that's our living right now. So that's what we live off of. And I'm looking forward to it because it's a hell of a lot better than the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm. That's like my sister and I were discussing this this is a few years ago now, but I was explaining how this works. She's like, well, the stock market, I know these people, they lost $50,000. I'd never do that. But
where the money's at.
Well,
fast buck or go shorts and all that. That's a fail.
Well, yeah, we were talking retirement funds, not just stock market. Yeah, she's there. Well, and the first thing I said was, A, they're doing what's known as a humble brag. They're bragging that their account's so big that they lost $50,000. Well, this is right at the very pinnacle of the housing collapse and everything like that. Now, if those people had hung on to those shares and continued adding into it at that time, not only would they have made that $50,000 back, and they probably did. Yeah. And they probably made a ton of money because you went into, especially once the Trump administration came in, like you said, that the years just really picked up. But she just heard that one thing, somebody bragging about how they lost a whole 50,000. And then Now, if they sold at that point, well, then I feel sorry for them, because if they just hung on for a couple of years, kept adding to it, taking advantage of the price.
Well, all I got to say is, as far as stock market, slow and steady wins the race. The fast buck, all these shorts, you can lose your pants. You could lose everything. Slow and steady wins the race. Spread it out in proper investments. However, under Trump, everything was like, whoa. I don't even want to say how much a month. And then under Biden, it went low. But if you hang on, slow and steady, mix it around, then you come back up. And I'm thinking the next 4 years is going to be good for us, at least.
Same thing with me is putting it in mine. I've been steadily putting it in there, but the economy, it was going down, but I was putting in, and then all of a sudden it shot up, kind of leveled off right now. But
yeah, it's going to shoot up right now because they know they got Trump in here, because it was bad during the fight.
Yeah, because I kept dumping money into it, so I'm buying all those shares at low. So when it goes up, I should see a dramatic increase real quick.
Yeah, all I got to say is last time during Trump, it was a food celebration. You're living off of this. And then we went through this BS. You can see the food prices, oil, everything. Now I think we're going to be back celebrating again. So I can't wait for it, because obviously you got to spread it around. There is I want to tell people now, there's no fast buck. There is no fast. I worked with a guy that always did shorts. He was in the stock market. That was his thing. And he lost his pants when the market went down. He lost everything because he went for the short, fast money. Long and steady wins the race. Every time. You can live, and we lived through Biden because of long and steady. And that's the only reason. If you were doing the short stuff, all that stuff, you would have lost your pants. Slow and steady wins the race. And you need a good investor, brokers, all that stuff. If not, if you don't like them, get rid of them. Especially the ones that say politics has nothing to do with the stock market. Bullshit. See ya. And we were talking about gold earlier. Gold about 6-8 months ago? Man, if you bought gold back then, you were good. Now it's kind of stagnant. but I think it's going to go up a little bit more. But it's always, who was talking about silver in the basement? It's always good to have gold and silver anyway in the house.
Let's see. Utah Gold Buyer. They're showing gold closed at 26.30.64, and silver closed at 29.78. So that'd be Friday at either 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I forget the.
Yeah. And about 8 months ago, if you bought a shit ton of gold, you would have been doing really good.
Yeah, because it was in the 23.
And then it kind of came down a little bit. However, I think it's going to go up a hair, even though it's on the high right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of risky because it's on the high. You always want to buy it when it's low.
I like saying, well, I mean, it closed up, so 29.78. So I don't know what it did on Thursday, but I'm just glad to see it's below $30 again. I'm hoping it gets, I'd like to see it get back below $20 an ounce. Yeah. Then I'd be buying it literally every week. But even at 25, I think I might start getting back into it again.
It's good to have some real coin in the house instead of Bitcoin, because the real coin is going to work. The Bitcoin's not.
I still don't even understand how they I know it has value because people say it has value, but how you actually generate it.
Yeah, see, I don't quite understand some of that because y'all know that Hop Tui girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened to her?
Yeah, the scam. Yeah.
Yeah. They say they can't find her now. She's hauled ass somewhere.
Yeah, there was actually some UFC fighters that had a scam also, and everyone lost everything. Bitcoin is digital money where actual gold in your hand is real money.
Oh, believe me, it's
to me, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. We saw the pyramid schemes in the 80s. Now we're seeing the digital scheme in the 2024. It's the same thing. It's a pyramid. People that got in early, they're making money, but everyone else is going to lose their shorts down below because they're paying for the people at the top. And that's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. I've seen the schemes. You guys remember the pyramid schemes of the 80s?
Well, I mean, pyramid schemes have been going on for ages, and and like you said, Bitcoin's not much different. I mean,
Bitcoin has no value. You're not holding a gold coin in your hand. There's a difference.
But if they put everything online, digital, and make hard currency illegal,
I don't think they'll ever go to the point of making hard currency completely illegal, but just they're trying to make it more and more of a pain in the ass so you don't deal with it.
Well, did you hear Walmart's what they're doing?
What are they doing now?
If you don't have a nice, crisp, new bill, they won't accept it.
Are you kidding me? What?
So if you have you go into your gun safe and you grab a couple out of there that you've been saving for something, and go to the store and it's one of the old ones that hadn't been circulated and taken out of circulation and replaced, they're not going to accept it.
What is that? Is it because they can't scan it or what? What's going on there?
I don't know. I think it's called the checkers that they do have don't know what old money is. I seen a video where they were trying to arrest a kid that had gotten a whole bunch of $2 bills and went to the store to buy it, and the store owners called the cops on him for having counterfeit money because they're that stupid.
Well, as far as the Walmart thing goes, they probably want you using your credit card because they're the Walmart credit cards.
Mhm.
And then they probably have their fingers in just all, lots of the different credit card companies. And they probably get something on the back end coming from both the credit card and the debit cards. So, they want to discourage people using cash as much as possible. Now, I like using a debit card. I don't have to carry a bunch of cash with me. If I lose my debit card, I get on the phone, I cancel it, and I might have to get some money, get a cash advance at the truck stop or whatever. But it's not like the old days where I had to carry $200, $300, $400 a week with me in my pocket just so I could buy groceries and whatnot at the truck stops. And of course, everybody's trying to hustle you for everything, and so there's some advantages to debit cards, but
Well, speaking to what Six was just talking about people not being able to know what currency looks like anymore. The boss man at work was just standing there at the cash register because he comes in earlier than the crew because nobody's really, invading the store at 8 o'clock in the morning. And he looks in the trash can and he sees what he thinks is $100 bill. And so he walks out and goes and looks in the trash can outside. He picks it up. He looks at it. And it says, what did he say? It said prop money. What it boils down to is it was for a Christmas play. And some lady was cleaning out the front seat of her car after the kids' Christmas play. And it kind of looked like a $100 bill, but it said prop money instead of Federal Reserve note. And so he just did what, anybody here in Georgia would do. He left it in there just to see what happened. Well, he's gone back to the office because the crew's in there now. We're working. I'm running the register, and people dig through our trash cans all the time looking for beer cans or, whatever, anything they can make a nickel with. And we're okay with that as long as they don't destroy anything or whatever. And somebody brings in that $100 bill and got a pretty nice bottle of this and a couple of these and 12-pack of this and all that and hands me that bill. I'm like, so how you want to pay? He said, I just gave you 100. I was like, you gave me a piece of paper. He goes, I don't know if you know this or not, but money is paper. They make money out of paper, sir. I said, yeah, but it usually doesn't say prop money on it. He goes, well, I just got this from the bank. I said, you just got it out of that damn trash can. Shut up.
Yeah. We usually use credit cards, cashback credit cards, so you're not carrying cash all the time, but it's good to have real gold and silver in the house.
I've got several Trump silver, 99.99, silver Trump coins in one of my safes. And he was like, what are those, movie props? I said, no, that's silver. Well, what is it worth? A nickel? I'm like, no. At the time I bought them, they were $17 a piece. Now I think they're worth almost 30. And she's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Let's see. Trump coins. The real one. The silver. I've seen those. Let's see.
If the stuff hit the fan, what's going to count? Okay, it's going to be food, it's going to be coffee, it's going to be booze, it's going to be toilet paper, and
ammunition.
Real coins. Other than that, everything is garbage. Bitcoin is garbage because
if everything goes south, who's going to run the computers to tell it that you took money out or put money in,
It just all disappears.
it all disappears.
Oops.
As long as you got primers and bullet molds, then you can probably trade for some goods that you need.
If you got ammo and guns, it'll find everything else.
Exactly.
Did I say that? Oh, okay. Ammo, guns, food, water. That's what happens when everything goes bad.
And I'm looking at 30,000 gallons of water in my backyard right now.
There's really good videos on countries where the people were taken over and what helped them survive. So, and amazingly, coffee and booze is at the top of the list.
Yeah.
If you got coffee and booze and toilet paper and all that stuff,
Cigarettes.
yeah, that's all trading material. But you need ammo and guns for sure.
But you only need enough ammo and guns to last about 3 days. Then you can go in the front yard and take everybody else's that are just laying there.
Hey, shush it. Kyle, no bad, no.
Yeah. Last weekend when we was at that gun show, my wife bought a proof set for 1959 when we was born.
That's just one. And I own 122 rifle at the moment. So
I've got 322 rifles and 2 pistols. Soon to be 4.
I see what you did there.
Okay, Hobos is under siege right now. They're going after their guns and everything. He's saying, yeah, 22's like real nickels. Yeah, hopefully you get Trudeau out of there.
Hopefully.
I think he's going to be out of there. I really do. Everyone wants a Trump right now. So hopefully Canada, the UK, they want a strong leader right now.
well, yeah, hopefully they get Trudeau out, but hopefully they get all the, I mean, if you just get another Trudeau in there, it doesn't matter. So you need to have a big rollover.
Yeah, but they don't. They have the opposite. So hopefully for them, they vote right.
Yeah. Hopefully, same thing with Australia. They I guess they have a big election coming up in May.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll have some blood.
The Aussies are kind of weird, but they're fed up with the BS and the woke, and they're fed up with all that stuff right now. So hopefully the Aussies straighten out. One of the best news station is coming from Australia. So. Some of our best news comes from Australia right now, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
a couple people on Australian Sky News, which are real hell raisers.
Yeah,
Sky News is awesome. Sky News is changing it, and hopefully the Australians join in on that. So, as a matter of fact, Sky News some of the time was better than our news.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Sky News.
Yeah, there's one chick on there. She's pure blood Australian as far as I can tell, but she's Indian in heritage at some point. Her people came from India, and she just rips on all the American liberals. She just,
oh yeah,
Yeah, she just has field day on it.
So good for them. Hopefully they get the rights back. I don't know if Australians getting their gun rights back for a while, but hopefully. All right. So, should we go to bed or what?
What time is it?
11:40 here.
Well, 10:40 here. But I've been up since 6.
I've been up since 7, and I got to get up relatively early tomorrow, go to work. So, gentlemen, if we do a Christmas chat, I'll pop in. You guys have a good Christmas. If not, I'll see you soon.
All right. Have a good Christmas.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Rollis. And yeah, maybe we'll do a Christmas Eve night chat. Kyle, I'm glad you're home safe. And 6-shooter Texan, I'm glad you got all the days off. That's awesome.
Hey, I read yesterday the I can't never pronounce it. The people that make the triggers, Geisley,
Yeah.
they bought SSK.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I read that yesterday.
Floyd Hicks is here. Hey, Floyd. Yeah, so yeah, Geisley is, as far as their triggers go, they're a little on the expensive side, like $100. So,
Well, that's what some people were saying. Well, I hope they don't screw that all up. You know, overprice it and quality go down on it and stuff. So I don't know.
but you're talking about SSK barrels?
The whole firearm stuff, that whole company. You know, they make shotguns too. Or is it them? No, not them. Or yes, maybe it is. I don't remember now. But yeah, they bought the whole company. So,
Okay. Yeah, I just think I love Geisley's triggers. I got a few of them, but I think they're way too expensive. So I don't know.
I have never messed with one, so I don't know.
I've shot a few of them. I don't have any.
Well, hopefully the Thompson Center will be putting them out coming the first of the year.
Let's see. SSK Contender Encore
We got a
barrel.
lot more than just the Contender and Encore stuff.
Yeah.
You go on their website, they got a lot of stuff on there.
Well, I like the barrel that Midway was selling, and hopefully,
I wonder why they don't sell a 14-inch.
well, I thought you liked the 10-inch because all yours are 10-inch.
Well, all mine are 10-inch because I bought those because that's what I used during when I shot Hunter pistol silhouette. And the 10-inch was the max you could use.
Yeah.
So I never bought a 14-inch. And now I wish I had one. If the SSK would had one, I'd buy one of theirs. But they got a 10-inch and then they got the 16 1/4.
Yeah, but Midway has that sweet deal on the. You want a 357 maximum, right?
Right.
And they still have that sweet deal on.
Yeah. I mean, I could get one, but I don't want a 10-inch. I want a 14-inch.
Ah, geez, because I was looking at the 10-inch. It's on sale. Ah, geez. So you want to put a 14 in? Okay, you want longer, or
yeah. Like I said, I don't know why SSK doesn't sell a 14-inch. They go up from a 10 to a 16 1/4. So you can't put that on the pistol because then you got a short barrel or whatever it is.
No, it's still fine. You can put a rifle barrel on a pistol. It doesn't matter. It's a pistol. You can't reverse. You can't.
Yeah, it's not a short barreled rifle, it's a long barreled pistol.
You can't reverse the other way. You can't turn a rifle into a pistol, but you can turn a pistol into a rifle. Let's see. Contender. Yeah. So SSK does have. I thought you liked 10-inch because they're 10-inch 275 right now for a maximum barrel with the mount on it. That's the one I bought in 300 blackout. I haven't shot it enough to tell if it looks beautiful. But yeah, once you get to the longer barrels, they're more money.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'll get one day. It's not on high on my list.
But you want a longer than a 10-inch.
Yeah, I want a 14 is what I want.
Okay, the one they have on sale is non-threaded 10-inch. Yeah. All right.
I thought all their barrels were threaded.
No, the one they have on sale for $275 right now with free shipping is non-threaded 10-inch, 357 maximum. Stainless with the mount on it. I looked at that one for you too, but I'm glad that I know that you want a 14-inch.
Yeah. Well, I got my birthday order from Midway in today.
Oh, you could do a birthday prize.
Yeah. I bought a bunch of magazines.
I love Midway's birthday prize. That's when I do my reloading stuff. So all the sizers, dies, turrets, anything I need, yeah. Molds, yeah. I love their birthday price. However, I don't like they raised their free shipping to $150. I hate that. Why? They used to be $100. Hopefully, with gas prices coming down in the future, they'll go back to $100 free shipping.
What's nice with Midway is if it happens to coincide with your birthday, you get your birthday discount, free hazmat, and free shipping all at the same time. That's when you stock up.
But they raised their shipping to $150. It used to be $100. It used to be $99, and that's when I bought all my stuff for $99. Shipping, free shipping. Now I think it's gas prices. So hopefully, with the new election here with Trump, it'll go back down. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that costs a lot more. Everything is more. Try buying food, eggs, bacon, all that. All right.
Oh no, you can buy food cheap. Just look here.
Kyle, that thing is so brown. Show it again. The Pope hat has gotten so brown. Oh my gosh.
And what's weird is I don't even smoke in the house, so this is all patina from 8, baby.
Yeah, and that's my favorite local store that I sent it to you. Yeah. That's my Ma and Pa store. And they're awesome. It's way better than going to Walmart. Better quality.
Jim, I don't know if I've ever showed you this. I have an inverted boob lamp chandelier in my kitchen.
Hang on. Wait a minute. No, that's not boob lamp. that doesn't qualify as a boob lamp. I'm sorry, Kyle.
Well, it does if you're Madonna.
No.
They're inverted boob lamps, dude. Okay, maybe from a bad plastic surgeon, but whatever.
All right, guys. Let's call it a night.
All right.
Everyone in the side chat, love you all in the side chat. And maybe we'll see you Christmas Eve, maybe not. I don't know. Six Shooter Texan, Kyle, thanks for coming on. Everyone else who came on.
All right. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
I'm glad you got that time off. That's awesome.
Well, I was expecting time off, but not that much. So
That's awesome.
So I got to spend one day going to get my driver's license renewed.
That's always fun.
Oh yeah, but you gotta have an appointment now to get into it. So
that's ridiculous.
So you can. Well, it's not really, because now you don't have to go up there and stand in line. You can just walk in and win your appointment time.
Well, as long as it's that way, I can see that.
Yeah, I got to check mine. I don't know when it's expiring. Yeah.
All right. Real funny story, right? Or not a story, but a real funny thing that happened to me. I got ID'd, and when I had my ID made, it's before I had a beard. I was clean shaven. And the lady said, "That's not you." She wouldn't sell me cigarettes. I'm almost 50 years old.
And you can't buy tobacco.
And I excuse me, that's not you. I said, hell, it's even got, I had my work shirt on when I was a mechanic at the time. I said, it's even got my name on my shirt. She goes, that's not you. I thought that was funny. I showed it to my buddy at work, and he goes, yeah, don't shave your beard. You're ugly without a beard.
All right.
All right, guys. Love y'all. Thanks for coming on for the Christmas chat.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
And maybe we'll see you New Year's Eve. If not, I want you all to have a great Christmas. Okay?
You too.
You as well. Both of y'all. Everybody.
Good night.
All right. Until next time, and a foof.